You're listening to My Grito Podcast Network, celebrating the culture of Chicanos and Latinos one story and voice at a time. Listen to more My Grito Podcast Network shows over at mygrito.net. Connect on social, on Instagram and Facebook at My Grito, the My Grito Podcast Network.
9/11. 9/11 with Jose. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Jose in the freaking house. What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Thanks for having me on.
What's going on, dude? What's up? What's new in the world? I like getting all my news and my everything from Jose. He's my news source.
Jose, you're gonna have to start your own Google.
It's hard. Well, you know what?
Your own.
No, it's a lot of work, man. It's like I barely even have time for the podcast. Like, before all this stuff's been happening, like with my wife's health and just like me working 2 jobs, like I had a lot more time. And now that I don't have that much time, I'm coming up with a lot more stuff, dude. Like a lot more podcasts, like I have the Encore for the Patreon, and then I have the Inside My Mind, and I even do video sometime. I don't know how I do it, man. I'm right now that I should have less time. I'm actually producing more stuff, which is crazy.
Okay, your workflow is probably, it's like your workflow is so like tight that you're able to just produce more with less.
You think so?
If that makes sense.
Maybe, yeah.
Like your I don't even know what to call it. So like, I think it's so like you have everything like down,
it
packed
makes sense,
tight.
Yeah. I see how now, yeah, because like I'm so like strapped for time that whatever little bit of time it's productive. As with before, I would just be kicking it at home and maybe not trying as hard to come up with things. That's what it is. I think because like you have more time to think. But now as I'm working and as I'm doing different things, I'm thinking, and then as soon as I have a time to do something, like, okay, this time is going to be for this, and I'll jump on it, whether it be like write down stuff or write down like a couple of ideas for the next podcast or even designing like new logos or just like photoshopping certain things, like I've always been into like wrestling and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So I like to incorporate wrestling, like Mexican wrestling.
I've noticed American
that stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed that on your album artwork.
That like horror theme stuff because I like psychobilly, goth, and all that. So I like including it all. I know I kind of take a chance by doing that because it's not going to appeal to everybody, because not everyone likes that. But at the same time, like what I said from the beginning, like I'm not trying to convince everybody or everyone to like my podcast, and you could tell if you listen to it for the first time that I'm not trying to convince you. I'm not trying to make you like the podcast. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, then it's not, right? So at first I was like, nah, maybe I shouldn't play too much of psychobilly or punk rock or too much of this. Let me kind of be more open and play maybe a little bit of rap. But then I realized that's not me. I like a little bit of it. You know what I mean? But sometimes you don't want to lose your audience. At the same time, it's like, nah, my audience is going to be, it's going to happen, They're not going to care. Oh yeah, this guy's cool. He likes that rock and roll stuff, but he's a cool dude. You know what I mean? Like they'll look past that just like my friends did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I came to that realization. In the beginning, I was like, because first, my regular page, my personal page, it was just like focused on my stuff, like, music and what I like. And then this podcast one, I was going to try to be more, not PC, but more so a lot more people like it. Mm-hmm. But then I came to the realization like, nah.
Wait, with Ranting with Ramos, that's what your original idea was?
No.
Oh, okay.
My original idea was just to do what I'm doing, just go on rants and like, do what I do, where like I see like a post on the internet, or before it was Facebook. I didn't have Instagram before, but it was Facebook. And I would just look at it and I tell everybody like, what do they call it? Water cooler talk, right? We'd like hang out under like the stairs and shit. There's like a little triangle place we kick it. And we talk about like, hey Ramos, what do you think about this? And they'll ask me and I'll tell them, and then they say, hey man, you should fucking make a podcast because every time.
Really? Okay.
He's like, you're always ranting about shit and you have a lot of shit on your mind and like your views are real cool, more people might want to hear that. So I had that idea in my head and like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna start it. And it wasn't because of the COVID or nothing like that. It's just like, you know what, I want to do it and I can do it. And then I think what helped me was that I had like 2 years of music production where I'm making music. Me and my son were making music. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get it down. Even if I didn't get it down, like I'm smart enough to where I can pick up on stuff easily, you know? Like, I know how to edit stuff, you know? And almost any monkey can do it, but not every monkey, but most monkeys.
Most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have the cool logos and the cool rebrand, but sometimes, you know what, that doesn't cut it.
Yeah, it doesn't, man. It doesn't. I haven't thought about doing anything like that. I think instead of a rebrand, what I've done is like the inside of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
First, it was like I called it deep thoughts. I'm like, nah, it sounds too much like I'm ripping some other people off. I want to just like a different name, and I want it to be something explaining what it really is. So inside my mind, it's on my Patreon, and what it is like just me like venting. You know, like I'm at my other job, and I work graveyards. So as I'm walking and I'm checking like classrooms, I got to check classrooms and armed buildings and with the alarm code and shit like that, and look out for bombs and transients that might fucking jump me.
Oh shit.
I put it in my, because I wear a bulletproof vest, and I do it with my phone.
Dude, damn, you wear a bulletproof vest?
Yeah, because it's in college.
Shit.
So I wear a bulletproof vest, and I put the fucking on my pocket here. Boom,
it's interesting.
On my phone, I hit record. I put it in there, and I'm just talking, and it picks up good. It sounds good, dude. I use the iPhone fucking memo recorder.
Yeah.
And I put it in there, and I just start walking. Hey, welcome everyone. Another episode of fucking Inside My Mind. Thanks for being a patron, because anybody who listens to it is a Patreon, right?
Yeah.
And at first, I didn't think too many people listened to it. So the last one that I did last Friday, I was, hey, man, thank you for whoever listens. But I think it's just Lopez Avila that listens. And then after that.
Oh, dude, shout out to Lopez Avila, man.
Yeah.
Because he's a fan.
Yeah. He
reposts stuff. He likes posts. He comments on stuff. And shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
And then that takes a lot of effort, what he does, man. Because I do it too sometimes, you know, for like other podcasts or bands and shit. It's like it's a really positive thing, and it's a really selfless thing, because you're using your time and you're putting your effort towards like promoting somebody else. You know what I mean? And sometimes in some cases it could backfire you, because those people can like be backstabbers, or they can not give a fuck later on. But at the same time, what I come to realize is that in the beginning, I would you know, shout people out and share their shit, and I didn't really expect them to do it. I was like, hey, come on, man, I see you sharing other people.
Yeah.
I mean, at least come on, dog. Like for the homie that's sharing your shit.
Come on, doggy dog.
Come on, doggy dog. The fools that you're sharing, they're not sharing your shit.
Yeah.
But I am, dog.
Yeah.
One hand washes the other.
Right.
So at one point, I would say like last year, I fucking I said, you know what? I even recorded myself, dude. I had come home from work. It was kind of raining, and I did like I never do selfies and shit, but I kind of did like a selfie camera, and I'm recording myself. It looked pretty cool because I was wearing like a big ass fucking coat, and then my hair was like shaved, and I had like my hair was like this fucking long. I had like a quiff, like a pompadour.
Yeah. And
I'm walking. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm gonna seem like a fucking villain, but hey, you know, this year, you know, if you don't fuck with me back, that's it, dog. Like, you know, I'm not gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? I don't like saying it because it sounds gay, like fucking, but you know how people, so everyone can understand me. You know?
Yeah.
You know, this year, if you don't show me love, I'm not gonna show you love back. You know, it's like one hand washes the other, and then little by little, I just stop. You know, I stop unfriending people and not following them and shit like that. But then, you know, afterwards, I believe it was maybe like a little bit before my dad died last December, rest in peace. I kind of came to realization that, and this is going back to Lopez Avila saying, because see, a lot of times I'll say things and it'll sound like I'm going somewhere else, but I'm really not, because I'm going to come back to it. I'm just explaining it, right? So the reason why I'm saying is like, so I understand what he's doing, like he's sharing stuff, right? But then you come to the realization that, and I posted this a couple of days ago, because a lot of times I'm thinking, dude, and I think that's why it's a good thing that I have this podcast, or else I would go crazy, because like all these fucking ideas I have. So if I have an idea, I'll start making a logo, or I'll start photoshopping shit, or I'll write something down and I'll save it, or I'll just post it, right? And what it was like you know, just because you show love to people, like, you know, you do it from your heart. So like, you know, you show love to people, don't expect everyone else or the world to show you the same love, because they don't have the same heart as you. I said corazón because it sounds more like passion, you know? Yeah. Like not everybody has the same heart as you. So don't expect, like, I'm holding these people to a fucking high standard, man. You know, because I'm a passionate, loving individual. I got a big fucking heart. And I can't expect everyone to be like that. Not everyone's like that, you know? Most people are fucking are selfish, and all they care about is themselves and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And they care about what other people think, but they care about themselves mainly. But so like I understand what he's doing, and I know he does it from the heart, you know. And then he listens to my inside my mind, and say, hey man, I know you're going through a lot of stuff, but thanks for releasing them. Hey man, well thanks for listening to it, because I do it for you. Like, you help me by listening. Like, I'm venting, and this is like a therapeutic fucking shrink session where I'm just letting it all out, like what I feel, like I was like, expressing my frustration. And it's okay to, you see a big fucking strong man like me, and like you think, oh, this motherfucker's never worries, he's never afraid, he never, he doesn't have any fears. But I do, and so there I express it. I'm like, it's like my hands are fucking tied, and so it's cool that he's able to listen, and that right there, and he's paying to listen, and he's, at the same time, he's supporting me, but I'm giving him a little extra, like to the audience, and you subscribe to it too for like the month to check it out. But yeah, so I told him, hey man, but I do it for you. And all this that I do where I'm expressing myself, it's for you, and you listen. So you're giving me something by listening, and I'm giving you something by letting you inside of my life. And I told him, like, this is I've always been like that. I've always been real. I've always like expressed how I felt, no matter what, because you have to, man, because then later on you regret shit. Like, I should have said this, I should have said that, you know what I mean? So and that comes with age. I'm 42 years old, and when I was younger, I cared more about like, oh, I don't want to say this because I'm not gonna look tough, or I'm gonna look weak. But now I don't care about showing vulnerability. I think it's very important to do that, because if people see you like in a different light, like this guy, he's a fucking he's like some big tough guy, and then they see you that you also can be vulnerable, then it lets them feel like it's okay too. You know what I mean? Like, you're leading by example, and they see that, oh shit, like it's okay to feel like this. And it's also okay to, like, right now they're talking a lot about like mental health and shit like that, right? And mental illness. And a lot of people self-diagnose themselves, and they do it out of pity, like, oh, I have depression and anxiety. You don't know what the fuck that is, dog. You know what I mean? If you spend a day in my shoes, you'd probably kill yourself. You know what I mean? You got to be really like mentally strong in order to just take things that are happening, day in and day out, because sometimes I'm about to snap, dude. And, but then I think to myself, you know what, it's really fucked up. And then after I say, you know what, once this is over with, I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to be on the other side of the wall and be like, you know what, it felt like it was the end of the fucking world. And I'm over here, like just like this past weekend, not this one, but the one for the holiday. I was really, really busy, man, because summertime, I get a bunch of calls, because I'm an exterminator. Oh, we got ants, we got this and that, right? And so it was on a Friday, and on Fridays, I like to go home right away and eat like something really light, and then just take a nap, because I have to get up at around 10:30 and head out to work at 11 and start at midnight, right? So I was like, fuck, I'm going to get home late. I'm not going to get enough sleep. I'm going to be falling asleep at my other job. And then my other job, they wanted me to work on Monday, which was a holiday. And in May, I had said no, because I said, nah, man, I can't right now. I want to spend as much time as I can with my wife, And then this time that it came around, I was like, you know what? I can't do the same thing again. I'm hired because I'm a substitute. So the reason why I'm hired is so I can cover those fucking days that the regular employees aren't going to work. So that was kind of stressing me out. Like, fuck, I'm not even going to rest. I'm going to have to fucking work night shift for fucking 3 days in a row, and I'm not going to get to rest. But then, come Monday morning when I got off at work at 8 o'clock, I said, fuck, I did it. It wasn't bad. Here I am. I went through it. It's fine. So I think those little tests that we go through help us, in our life and shit, no matter how hard the test is. But also it has a lot to do with the person, like if the person is a weak-minded individual, then it's going to fuck them up. It's going to make them hopeless, maybe take their life. But if it's a strong individual, they're going to take it head on and go through whatever it is that they're going to go through and come out stronger, So
absolutely.
I just turned this into like a different kind of podcast.
Damn.
If you heard me somewhere else in the first one, it was conspiracies, but today, actually last time I didn't have anything ready, today I don't either, but it's just like, I'm just what I've been feeling right now.
Okay.
You're kind of getting
off the cuff.
You're getting kind of inside my mind kind of,
But we like to see that. We like to see diversity in you, because I feel like a lot of people that maybe listen to you, they think that all you are like conspiracies, and it's like you're showing who you are as a person and not.
Yeah, and then at least with this one, because the last podcast episode that we did, it was mainly about conspiracies. I mean, of course, you shared a little bit about your upbringing in your life, and now this is a little bit more deeper.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, because I think it's see, I think part of being a real individual is real, or just because that's what I consider myself. I've always been like that. Is not because I think if I would have in my head, what am I going to talk about? Get this ready. It's like I'm actually not really going to talk about how I feel right now. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to talk about how I feel, what I've been going through, and let's see what happens. And it's just organic. But I think if I would have came with like a game plan, it doesn't mean it's fake necessarily, but it's like I'm not feeling like that.
Yeah, it's more organic.
Yeah. Like last time I was like in a better mood. I'm in a good mood today too, but I was like in a different mood. I was more like, all right, fuck it, let's do it, and today I am like that too, because I said, you know what, let's do it today instead of the next day. Yeah. It's just that today I've got different things on my mind, like I mentioned, I got so many things going on in my mind, and this is what's coming out right now. This is what's pouring out of me, And you mentioned hard off the cuff, and it's funny because I was talking to Inside the Nutsack, fucking Ulises, and I'm looking at his logo down there, and he said he wanted to get a tattoo, and I was like, hey, fucking when you come down, I'll do it for you, because I tattoo as well. I'm not a fucking professional, but I'm pretty good. Yeah. And he's like, I want to get something because like I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm like, where do you want to get it? He's like, my forearm. I'm like, no, it doesn't make any sense, man. I'm all, if it's your heart on your sleeve, it's got to be on your wrist, because that's what it really means. Because if you wear your heart on your cuff, and let's say you're wearing a long sleeve and you have it in your fucking forearm, people aren't going to see it. They're going to see it on your wrist.
Yeah.
Theoretically speaking, or whatever. And if you want to paint a picture. And I said, but you know what? It depends also how big your wrist is, If you got a small wrist, it's going to look funny.
Oh, he has a big wrist. That's why he has a big wrist.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know?
How do you know?
I guess.
He said his forearm is big. I'm pretty sure his forearm is big. That doesn't
measure your wrist for us.
Let's call him.
Yeah, but
how big is your wrist?
Yeah, but it's like, I bet you your wrist is not as big as my wrist. Not because of anything, just because of my size,
Did you ever show him that logo that you made?
Yeah, I sent it to him actually. I just didn't want to see for stuff like that, dude. Like where it's like an inside joke. I'm kind of more. I think about the person. Like I sent it to him, right? Mm-hmm. And he said he was cool. He laughed about it, but I didn't want to share it to everybody because this is between me and him. Yeah. And if I share it to everybody, he might make him feel sad. I don't want to do that to him.
What I mean? Of course.
I'm making fun of his shit.
Yeah. I mean that was the first. That was the first thing that I thought about when I made that GoFundMe account for him.
Yeah.
For him to dress like a real, become a real Texan. Yeah. Because I made it whatever the first night the episode went up with Whiskey J, and I sent Ulysses the link to it, and I was like, hey bro, just letting you know that like this is what I did for the podcast episode. If you're cool with it, I'll leave it. If not, then I'll take it down.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I showed it to you, Ulises, and Whiskey J. That was it. I was like, nah, I don't. If you would have been like, hey, dude, share it. Fuck yeah, Some people are like that. They're like self-deprecating like me. Hey, fuck it, share it, dog. You know what I mean? But he's not. I don't think he's like that. I don't fuck up his self-esteem. Everyone's different, like I said. And I know sometimes he in one of his latest episodes he expressed, he was having like some mental issues, some mental breakdowns, and I actually listened to his podcast, so I actually fucking listened to it all the way. So I knew about it. So I hit him up like, hey, dog,
Oh, so he came out with something.
Yeah, that shows how much you listen to his podcast. But,
damn.
So I listened to it and I'm like, hey dog, hey, has anybody else reached out? He's like, no. He's like, but thank you for doing so. I'm like, I'm not doing it to fucking kiss your ass. You live in fucking Texas. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? I just like, cause genuinely it's fucked up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes I go through shit. I've never been diagnosed.
So recently he came out? I'm still mind blown.
Maybe like before he came over here, like a month before.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. I thought you meant like after
he was saying
trip.
Like, you guys should check it out, and I'm not putting words in his mouth, and I'm not sharing anything too personal because it's nothing that he didn't already share in his podcast, right? Mm-hmm. And he's saying like, like sometimes I feel alone, I don't have no one to talk to, and I feel like this and that, and like that's fucked up, like for anybody, even if it's your enemy, like damn, you don't wish that, because there's always somebody there that can help you, you just got to look around, and or as a friend, or not even if you're not a friend, if you see someone that needs help, like, fuck, you know, it doesn't take much to be like, hey man, how you doing? Or, you know what I mean? Like, just talk to them and shit. Sometimes just by speaking, how you feel good, dude. Like, even when I'm mad, like, let's say I'm mad, like, I'm mad at work. I'm like, fuck, I call my wife, man, this fucking customer fucking wanted me to do this and that. And then I tell her that and I fucking feel good, dude. And all right, thanks. And I hang up and that's it, you know, and I'm fine.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need that release, right?
Vent, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know,
to give somebody space to release that type of,
it's like tension, dude.
Exactly. It's the tension between yourself. See,
because sadly what happens a lot is, you know, when people who commit suicide, trigger warning, you got to say that nowadays. But, you know, the number one thing is that they felt alone. Like they didn't have anybody to talk to, you know? But for me, when people ask me like, how do you feel? What's wrong? I don't like that shit. You know, well, if it's somebody who doesn't know me, like there's a fucking coworker, when I go into the shift, I'm not going to say his name. But when I go on into the shift, like 3 times he fucking told me. I walked in there and he's like, hey, how's it going? How's it going? He's like, hey man, what's wrong? I'm like, what do you mean? What? And I got mad. I was like, what do you mean? What's wrong, dog? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what's up?
Yeah.
He said, no, I'm like, no, dog, you don't. That's how I look, dog.
Damn, really?
That's how I look, dog. I'm ugly. Like, that's just how I look. Fool. I told him like that.
Yeah.
Okay. The next day.
Okay.
And he asked me in front of some other guy.
Uh-huh.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, dog, I'm fine now. Why? What's up, dog? Do I look mad or what? And then I think that same day, because what I do is I have like a little battery charger, like, you know, cell phone charger, little battery pack thing.
Yeah.
And I plug it in, but this time I forgot to plug it in. I had it on me, so I left the office and I came back in and he was changing, and he heard the door open. He goes, hey, what's wrong? I'm like, why? What's up? Like, what do you mean? What's wrong? I'm asking you for help. Am I fucking screaming, dog? Like, what do you mean? What? Oh, like dog, I can't come back in here or what? Like, I'm fine, dog. Like, I'm not yelling for help. I'm good, dog. So he kind of got the idea, and I told other guys, hey, I don't like how that fool fucking asked me that shit, you know?
Is it just him in general, or is it other people
well,
that
it
ask
just depends
you?
how you ask me. No one else asked me that, you know? They know, when I first start working at different places, I'm real serious, you know? And then I learned not to be like that, because then people get intimidated because they think I'm scary or I'm in a bad mood. So then I kind of loosen up, and once they get to know me and I start talking, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's actually pretty cool. Like, there's a couple dudes that I worked with. I worked with them before, like 3 years ago when I was there doing a part-time as well. And I never really got a chance to work with them, but they would see me come in and clock out. I would relieve them and shit. But this time around, they got to meet me, and they saw that I was a cool dude, and they knew about my podcast and shit. But they actually got to know me on a personal level, and we spoke and shit. And now they're like real cool with me, you know? I think that's what it is. People don't, if they just assume and look at you, like, I'm guilty of that, you know, but I'm pretty good about that though, man. It's something called discerning of spirits that I have. And this is something that's
discerning of spirits.
This is God given. And everyone has, you know, if you believe in God, I don't know if you do, I don't think you do, but people that do believe in God, like, everyone has these gifts, but it's like, you might not know that you have them, you know, but I know I have that. I got a lot of gifts, but that is like something like, let's say I can see somebody, and just by looking at them, I can tell if they're going to be a good person or a bad person. If they're fake, I could tell right away. I can sense it, you know, right away. And I'm usually like 99% of the time, I'm right. I'm right. You know, like, I'm fucking dead on. I could tell, hey, that motherfucker's going to be like that. Watch out for that fool. And I could tell.
Really?
Yeah. But me, at the same time, I've been told that whenever I get mad or I'm upset and I enter the room, like, I'll make you feel like fucking pressure. Like, you'll feel something heavy. Like,
you're bringing in that energy.
Yeah, like,
and other people around you can feel that energy.
Hey, I can feel that shit like right here in my chest when I get upset. Because it's very hard for me to get upset, you know? If I'm upset, it's like, you must have done something really, really bad, you know, for me to get upset, you know? Like, I don't think I've ever initiated. I don't think anybody whose ass I've whooped or kicked their ass, I've never been the one who initiated it. You know what I mean? Oh, actually, one time, yeah. Fuck that dude. But
fuck that dude.
Yeah, just one time, yeah.
Fuck him.
But besides that, no, man. But yeah, going back to, like, you know, how you were saying about how you know, and that was cool, man, because that is very brave, man, being able to express that, you know.
Yeah, especially on a podcast.
Especially.
Yeah, and I don't know how you do it, because you do it like you do it like weekly.
But that one is the paid one, so it's only
right.
Not to say that the motherfuckers that don't pay for the Patreon don't care about me, but if you can afford to pay $5 to help me and support me, then you actually do care about me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so
wait, it went to 5?
Well, it's 3 and 5, but after the month, I'm gonna switch that shit to 5.
Oh shit,
$3 is cheap.
Let me know. Let me know so I can. No, I'm joking.
But I did it at 3 just to get more people
just
on.
to get it on. Yeah.
No,
don't worry.
But I think you guys just jumped on because you wanted to hear.
No. I'm keeping that on.
But so I feel like they have the right to listen. But and then when I do stuff like that on my regular podcast, I notice that people I don't get as many listens because people don't like downers. People, and so I'll warn them like, hey, check it out. This might be a downer episode, whatever. I'll let them know at the beginning. And it's sad that people don't like that kind of stuff. It's sad because that means that they expect the world to be happy and that even themselves, even when they're sad, they're not sad. They don't allow themselves to be sad, but it's okay to be sad. Like the world is a fucking ups, downs, in between.
Yeah.
And
weren't we just talking about that earlier today about how some people listen to certain things to make them happy, and they want to listen to drama, they want to listen to all other sorts of stuff rather than just being entertained and stuff.
Yeah, they want the drama, they want the chisme, they want
Yeah, so like a lot of times I notice that when it's a downer episode like that, people they'll just probably turn it off and shit, like, oh, this is too fucking sad, which it's not sad that they're not listening. It's sad that they don't open themselves up to that. Right. To be able to, and by you listening to what someone's going through, it should help you, because maybe you might be feeling the same way, or you might know someone who's going through the same shit and you can help them, hey, well, you know what? I heard this fool, he was talking about this, and this is what he did. You know what I mean? That's why I would use it. And me, speaking of drama, I hate saying I love shit because the word love nowadays, the way other people use it, I'm a 42-year-old man, so I'm using it in the proper way, what it really means, right? But nowadays, for example, I could say, like, let's say that little Buddha, right? Oh, the Buddha, I see you got the Buddha. I love Buddhas, or I love this. Like, nah, you don't fucking love it. You just like it. Everyone says they love things, but though that word is so easily thrown out, like, I'm going to quote Morrissey because I'm a big Morrissey fan, but in the song he says, heavy words are so lightly thrown. And
heavy words are so lightly thrown.
And love is a very heavy word because if you really know what it means, you can't just say you can't just love everything.
Can we Google that? Define. Let's look up the Webster definition of love.
Look it up in Greek though. Greek has like 7 different types.
Is there really?
Yes.
What?
And it says in the Bible, there's love for your kids, love for your spouse, for your parents. They're all different. It's called agape. There's different types of love.
Agape,
yeah. So knowing what love is, you're not just going to fucking say you love something. You could say you like something, but if you love something, that's like you're fucking willing to die for it. You're passionate about it. It's not just any fucking thing. It's not any old word, man.
So love, number 1, noun, an intense feeling of deep affection. Number 2, a great interest and pleasure in something. His love for football. Verb, feel deep affection for someone or like or enjoy.
You said to look it up in like
I believe it's Greek.
Yeah.
Just put like 7 kinds of love, Greek.
Great
Greek
interest.
Language. It could be
What are the 3 meanings of love in Greek?
It's supposed to be more like 7, I believe, but
there it is.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Does it say agape?
Yeah. Eros, philia, agape, the 3 Greek philia. Okay, is that the.
I know what you're thinking, and you're thinking of a PEDO.
No,
before that.
Well, no, because there's a lot of philias.
Yeah.
In the English language, like
and it
necrophilia,
love. It's a different kind of love. Yeah.
The P word.
Yeah.
The second word philia generally refers to affection between friends. From this word, we have Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Although eros and philia have others as their focus, they both can be motivated by self-interest, self-gratification, and self-protection. Agape.
You know what's fucked up? When you think self-gratification, you know what you think about, right? I'm not going to say it, but...
No.
I didn't think of that.
I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up.
I'm like,
The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more. So when I think of self-gratification, I instantly think of like Amazon or like online shopping or something really quick that you can, because that's what today is.
But
today's is just fast. You get instant gratification for stuff that you want.
That's instant, but self would be something that you do yourself. And of course, you yourself purchase, you do the purchases online, right?
Yeah.
But the company brings them to you. Now, if the company was pleasuring you, that's a different story. You know, then you could say it maybe.
But they're bringing pleasure to him.
To you, yeah. You can probably make a word up like that.
Amazon's gonna hear this and they're gonna.
You know what's crazy, man? Like certain things that you speak about on YouTube. I'm surprised they didn't take down your episode because
which one?
The one that I was on last, because I talked about a lot of shit and a lot of truths. And I've had my personal episode. It had no video. It was just audio that I recorded on my own. And what it is, it just shows like a little fucking picture of my logo for my podcast, right? Uh-huh. And then it shows like little sound waves and it plays. So you're looking at the fucking picture and you're listening to it. For people who don't know how to listen to podcasts and on an app, they usually listen to them on YouTube when they're not a video podcast. That's my only explanation why you would listen to that. You know what I mean? Why would you go to YouTube and just look at a little fucking picture of a person for the whole remainder of the episode?
Yeah, there's no video. There's just audio.
You're just wasting your screen time, your fucking data.
Yeah.
And there's people who don't know how to use it, sadly, you know? And a lot of people don't know how to use it. But God bless their souls. But if you know, so then I had it like that, and then they fucking reported it for misinformation. They gave me a strike for misinformation.
On YouTube?
On YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, because I was talking about
I think out of all the times that I've talked about the C word, episode MB 100 got flagged for the C word.
Wow.
Out of all the 100 episodes that I've done.
But that's on Spotify though, right? Not on YouTube.
On Spotify, yeah.
Yeah. Because on YouTube, they took it down and they said, this is a first strike, misinformation.
Really?
And then whenever you're playing...
Wait, hold on. What was it about?
Just the C word.
Oh, really?
That's all I talked about, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't even said what I know that's really deep about that because I don't want to get in trouble, like... Not even trouble. I mean, like, I don't want these fools to do nothing to me, but I've never talked about it, not even on my podcast about it. It's information that I don't want to, it's like too crazy, you know, that I can probably bring some trouble to me. So,
really?
Yeah, I don't want to say it. Maybe I'll tell you after, but.
Tell me after.
And I don't like saying that shit because it sounds so fucking, I'll tell you afterwards. I can't say it, but this is like, this is some
dude,
legit.
just like the Mr. E thing. You didn't tell me about Mr. E.
Yeah, I couldn't because I did tell you.
No?
Yeah.
No,
I told you that I don't support him because.
Oh, yeah, but who?
But I said because of the homies.
Okay.
I
but I'm saying like after, you didn't tell me after who he was.
I'll show you after who he is.
All right.
Cover's been losing sleep.
I'll show you who he is. I'm sure everyone on YouTube knows who he is.
Yeah?
You'll find him easy. He's on YouTube, dude.
What?
I'll show you after.
Okay.
But yeah, dude. Speaking of that, I was tripping out, man. There's some dude that he's from a liquor store and he's a big fan of that. And he was like bragging that he bought like an action figure for like $270. No, $187.
Yeah.
And I guess that $187, it means something. 187. You know, that's why they priced it like that.
What's 187?
On a murder. It's a code for murder.
Oh, that's right.
So just like a Satanist will probably sell something for $6.66 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. So it relates to it. But yeah, man. What else do you want to ask me? Now it's your turn. I've been fucking doing the one breath Ramos shit.
One breath Ramos. Yeah. Let me breathe. Let me bring up to speed. Yeah. But you said that September 11th was the thing that got you, that pulled you in, that reeled you in.
Okay, now that I've spoken about my origin story a little bit, or about what I've been going through, we're gonna turn things up a little bit, turn the heat up a little bit,
turn it up.
So where was I September 11th?
First tell me where you were.
Okay. What
describe?
Did it happen? It happened in
describe that morning.
1999 is when it happened, or when did it happen?
2001.
Okay. So was my son? Okay, my son was alive already at that time. Okay. So 2001. My son is a year already, and usually what we used to do is I used to work at an oil change place, and I didn't have a car. I was a kid. I was like 21 years old at that time, which I consider a kid, right? I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care about a license and shit like that. But I still had a Mustang and I would drive it. But at that time, I wasn't driving it. So what we would do is on the weekends, me and my wife would get together with my son, and we would go to downtown LA, right? And at that time, my wife was really, really, well, right now she's really tiny, but she used to be like a size 0. And a lot of the models are size 0. So what happens is certain days or certain weekends of the month, a certain week, what they do is all these high fashion or just these places that are clothing stores, they'll sell their what they're called samples. Sample sales, okay. Yeah. And if you're petite enough, you can go there and fit into the stuff, right? So we'd go there and just come up on a gang of clothing, and I would buy stuff too, not for me, but like from other stores, you know, like just not those like samples, but I'd go to other stores and buy stuff for me. So that morning we were supposed to head out there, and we woke up and we were gonna take a shower, I believe, and we saw the TV and we saw that shit, right? Boom.
Did you see the actual plane hit the?
I saw the aftermath of the first one,
or the plane.
Yeah, the plane, the CGI.
The CGI,
and then the second one, that's the one that I saw, and then like, oh fuck that, we're not gonna go to LA because of course they're gonna try to fuck that up too, so we're not gonna go. And I remember we were worried because my father-in-law, we were living at their house at the time. He worked over there downtown LA, so we were kind of worried about that. Like fuck, he's over there. We didn't go though. We stood home, and you know, for the whole fucking week, for the whole month, you kept seeing this shit right nonstop, and I would see it on my fucking Facebook. Everyone wants to fit in with the latest shit. It happens. It'll tie into what's happening now. Everyone wants to fucking post about Queen Elizabeth. Nobody give a fuck about her, and now everyone's fucking posting about her. Or when somebody fucking dies, that's a fucking artist. Oh, I was a big fan, and they'll fucking like when David Bowie died. It's and what it is. I understand it. I don't feel it. But I understand from observing people that they want to fit in and they want to just post the latest shit that everyone else is posting, right? So that's why they do it.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really start listening to David Bowie until after he died.
Yeah, me neither. I thought he was like whatever, you know. Yeah. And I tried listening to it after when he died. I was like whatever.
But you don't think it's like appreciation? I mean,
no.
Can someone not appreciate them without joining the bandwagon?
No, you can't. It's impossible. and you know what? And these are, I'm being tough because these are my fucking rules, right?
No,
my fucking mind. But what makes me the authority in this shit, right? What is it? Because I love music so much and I know so much about it, right? And bands, right? That I think that it's fucked up that for me, when I grew up as a kid, I was called a Satanist. I was called fucking gay because I listened to his music. And here comes these fucking people who haven't gone through shit, who can fucking dye their hair now, who can fucking pierce their nose, who can wear whatever the fuck they want nowadays. And now they can pick whoever the fuck they can listen to. Nah, we went through shit. You know what I mean? So for me, I take it personal. Because, you know what I mean? For me, even tattoos, you couldn't have fucking tattoos. Now tattoos are fucking cool. You know what I mean? And tattoos should always be fucking outlaw. I think marijuana should always be fucking outlaw. Now everyone fucking smokes marijuana. Everybody does. You know what I mean? Just to fucking be cool without even needing to smoke it. You know what I mean? When I tried it before, it's like, I don't like how I don't like how I felt. Like, why the fuck would somebody, I mean, unless you're not going to go nowhere and you came home and you want to relax, but I don't see why you would just want to smoke that shit and just fucking sit there and not do shit, you know? Just waste your fucking time, waste your fucking life, because time and minutes and hours is your fucking life and you only have one fucking life. I realize that, look, we're in fucking September right now. I turned 42 in April. We're in fucking September. There's 3 more fucking months in this fucked up year. You know, I just want this fucking, I just want it to be 2024 already. But I know we might not even make it to that because how fucked up the world is right now because this fucking president. But back to what we're talking about.
September 11th.
September 11th. Okay.
2001.
2001. So everything was there and everyone's fucking posting, right? So I'm seeing it and I'm just absorbing shit, right? And then I start watching documentaries, and I saw that Fahrenheit 9/11 and shit, and
that one's a good one.
Yeah, you know how you know, it's just common sense shit. Like how can jet fuel melt those the steel beams, right? But it turns out they use thermite, which is like dynamite, and the way they did it is they on the beam is like this, and they put it at an angle.
Yeah, and there was like pre-cuts to them, weren't they?
That way it'll just slide and fall in a free fall, how it did, right? And those buildings were made so you can hit multiple airplanes on them and nothing will happen. You know what I mean? So how the fuck did both of them fall? And how did Building 7 fall?
Yeah,
it just caught on fire. You know what I mean? And then the way that George Bush reacted, and it's really sad that a lot of Americans believe that some terrorists actually took them down and that they weren't imploded. And this reminded me, when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of TV, right? And they would show like old Las Vegas casinos get imploded and they would just fucking free fall. And that came to mind. And then once years went by, other things started happening, like the Boston bombing. All that shit's fake. There's some fool that he was he's a veteran. He already had no legs, right? And he's there in a wheelchair. Supposedly his legs blew off and they put like some prosthetics and some veins with like fucking blood squirting out.
What the hell?
Yeah, you could look that fool up. He already had no legs. And they made it seem like, dude, if both your legs fucking blow out and you don't have a fucking tourniquet, you're going to bleed out and die. This fool didn't die. You know why he didn't die? Because he had fucking no legs already to begin with. They just fucking put prosthetics. So the fucking thing squirts out. You know, we've all seen movies where it looks so real when someone gets stabbed and the blood starts coming out. It's all a fucking movie because they're all fucking actors, you know. But sadly, people are not smart enough, or I think it's called cognitive dissonance or something like that, where like you don't want to fucking believe something because your brain won't let you and shit.
I don't know.
Cognitive dissonance. Some shit like that.
Maybe we can look that up.
Or it might be backwards. I have that shit and I believe the crazy shit. Who knows? Right? But I mean,
but two things. Hold on. Yeah. One thing is, why do you think that the U.S. government would do that? Right. Okay. And there's a movie called Zeitgeist. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen that. It talks about religion and all that too.
So Zeitgeist and Kymatica were two films that I watched, and I was like, holy shit, I don't believe anything that the government is telling me.
Yeah. It was prior to watching that, and you said, why would the government do that?
Yeah.
And it's very simple.
What's your take?
Very, very, very simple. They've done it before. They did it when Pearl Harbor happened. When Pearl Harbor happened, the Japanese sent a telegram telling them that they're going to bomb. It wasn't a fucking surprise attack. They said, we're going to bomb. And what they did is they didn't share that information, and a lot of Americans died. And that's why that war started. The reason why they do it is they do it because they want to go to war.
Yeah, they call it the false flag operation.
False flag operation, yeah. And what happened was when Papa Bush was the president, he wanted to get Saddam Hussein and he wanted to fuck with those fools over there, right? So here comes his son. He wants to get that motherfucker back. So he did the same thing. They said they had weapons of mass destruction. There were no weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
You know, and also one thing that people don't know is
actually Bill Hicks has a great comedy bit about the and I guess it goes like, I'm going to screw it up, but he says that like, how do we know that they had weapons of mass destruction? Because we have the receipt.
Yeah, because they were given to him.
Yeah,
and here's proof of that. Osama bin Laden was trained and armed by the U.S. in order to combat the Russians.
Yeah, he was a CIA operative.
Yes.
Can we let's look that up?
And many people say
Osama bin Laden, CIA operative.
Many people say that that's not even the right Osama bin Laden.
What?
The right Osama bin Laden is Barack Hussein Obama.
Christ.
Obama. You know who Barack Hussein Obama is? You know what's his last name, right? Hussein? I'm fucking giving you an overload of shit.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Let me breathe. On summer, what is that? On what screen am I on? 19th September 2001, with the ruins of the World Trade Center and Pentagon still smoldering from 9/11 attack. CIA officer Gary Schronen?
No, that's not.
No. What role? It's not even in here.
Hey, what if you guys try using Hero as a search engine?
How would we do that?
So we can have a fair shake at this.
How would we do that?
Just up there, type in where Google is. Type in Hero search engine. It's like DuckDuckGo, but real. It's not. They haven't sold out yet. Not that I know of. Hero search engine, and hopefully these motherfuckers let you use it. Hero. Nah, they don't want to let you use it. You would have to get it from the App Store, and I don't want you to do that. But yeah, it's Hero, and it's a search engine, and that way you'll actually see results, and you'll find stuff. And you can actually do an experiment right now you're looking at it, right? You're looking it up right now, and it's not showing you anything, right?
Right.
Now, if you were to use Hero, it'll come up, and it'll show you a bunch of stuff.
Oh, look at that. Castro, Osama bin Laden.
You know Castro?
Clinton prevented killing of Osama bin Laden. Yeah, there's like it claims bin Laden's death. Oh no, that's hoaxed of him.
That's him with no fucking
beard.
No beard. How he looked. But there's videos of them training and shit in there. And then all those videos of the beheadings and all that shit, that shit's fake. They did it all in a fucking with a green screen behind them and shit. It's all fake.
Bin Laden alive.
They said he died way before these fools claimed to have killed him.
I see like it with that. I don't get why they wouldn't like show, like I get it, they wouldn't show the body, but how can we really take
if you haven't
the
seen
word
the body,
if we didn't, there's no body. It was just like, we got him. We sent him off into they put him on like some Indian traditional funeral up a river.
Even if, sorry to interrupt, I'm going to work on that. But even if you would have seen the body, if you would have seen the body, it doesn't mean shit, man.
Right. Well, the
bodies are fake.
Supposedly Hitler had plenty of doubles.
I can go to the wax museum and take a picture of Michael Jackson, dog. It looks like him, right? It looks like him. It doesn't mean shit, you know?
Yeah.
There's a fucking video circulating, supposedly from Area 51. There's a fucking alien. They're doing an autopsy. It's all fucking fake. Anything can be duplicated.
So how is okay? Finish.
Go. Tell me.
No. How? So how is Obama? What's the relationship between him and Osama bin Laden?
Obama is a Bush. He's in the Bush bloodline. You can look it up. He's related. That's why he's the president, because they're all related.
Okay.
And this dude, his last name is Hussein, dude. His middle name is Hussein. Barack Hussein Obama. Legally, you can look it up, and maybe Google might let you see it, because it's factual. And that's why Trump kept saying, "Hey, where's his birth certificate? That fool wasn't born here."
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there we go.
His real name is Barry.
Barack Hussein Obama II.
See,
1961 is an American politician. Did you know this, Amber?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Oh wait, but what's Osama bin Laden's? Oh, his first name is Hussein?
No. Hussein is another quote unquote dictator that the U.S. went after. Papa Bush went after him.
But what's the correlation between Obama and Osama?
Obama and Osama. Oh, they say that it's the same person. I don't believe that one. But
okay.
They say that that's him, but you never know, dude. Because they can just show you a picture and say, "Hey, this is the enemy," and you're gonna believe it.
Yeah.
You know, those people never did nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I'm gonna tell you one thing, man, that I thought about. And for us, we think that all those fools that are over there in Iraq, they're the bad guys, right? But to them, our U.S. soldiers are the bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they say like one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist.
Absolutely.
Right? So to me, those motherfuckers never came over here to do nothing to me, to fuck with me. And I know the truth. I know that the USA, dude, there was no airplanes. There was all CGI. Now that I know more shit. And then people that were there, they didn't see no airplane. They just, have you seen the videos? The firefighters like, heard boom, boom, boom. They go like it's boom, boom. That they heard explosions.
Oh, on the Twin Towers.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, but not to say that it's not true, but one of my dad's my dad's company that he used to work for was out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
And one of his really good friends was left from I don't know where it was. He was somewhere in the Midwest going back to the company. He was one of the people that perished. Like he died in one of the planes, and he called his wife as it was falling and descending. Like, so
yeah,
I don't know.
That could have been
hard. It's hard to believe because my dad knew him personally.
But that plane could have crashed anywhere. Did he say he was crashing into the towers? It could have crashed anywhere. They disappear planes all the time. It happened actually a couple of years ago where they disappeared a whole flight, and they'll just get rid of people. You know what I mean? We're just insects to them. We're nothing, dude. So they could have. Of course, maybe the airplane could have crashed somewhere else, and maybe in the ocean, or they took them somewhere. Who knows? But people that were in New York said that they didn't see an airplane, dude. So I don't know. I wasn't there. But I know it was an inside job, and I know those fucking buildings didn't fall on themselves. And it's sad because I spoke to some guy that I knew. I used to work with him. I'm like, hey, dude, do you really believe that terrorists crashed the planes and that's what made the buildings fall? He's like, yeah. I'm like, come on, dog, for reals, homie? I'm like, nah, dude, like, you got to be smarter than that, fool. Like, how the fuck are 3 buildings going to fall like that? And the building that didn't even get a fucking airplane to it, it just caught on fire, it fucking fell. How the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, but at least that way you get an idea of how smart people really are.
Have you been to Ground Zero?
No, and I would never go. I don't care about that shit. That I don't care. I don't even care that the people died. I really don't care. I don't care because people die every day, man. You know what I mean? It sounds fucked up, but people die every day. And now if it happened over here, if it was my family member, then I would care.
Yeah.
But people die every fucking day. And to be honest with you, I care more about animals, dude. Like whenever I see these videos of like the animals that are being tortured or killed or like abandoned and shit, and then I see this World Vision, or I don't care about that shit. My heart hurts more for the animals, dude. You know, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Have you seen Earthlings?
No.
You haven't seen Earthlings?
No. When is it from?
Pull up a trailer of Earthlings. It's executive producer and it's narrated by Este, who played Johnny Cash in the film. Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
So he narrates.
a good actor.
He narrates the film.
But is it a documentary or a movie?
No, it's a documentary. He's been, there we go. He's been vegan like most of his life, I want to say.
3 primary life forces exist on this planet. Nature, animals, and humankind. We are the Earthlings.
Is that him talking?
Yeah. They showed some fake news, though. They showed a globe Earth.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I knew you'd catch that.
CGI.
I seen it and I was like waiting for you to say something.
CGI, dude.
What about that kangaroo? Is that
That's real. Because I can see it and I know it.
You don't see the curvature when the ostrich... Oh, come on. I thought I was going to talk about the film.
Oh, this is just a trailer, dude.
Yeah.
But what's the basis of
The base, it just talks about like how animals are used for fashion, they're used for food, they're used for
work too,
yeah. Maybe we can just look up the Wikipedia part of
front lines and shit, dude. But the reason why I care more about animals is like, let's say there's a puppy on the street and there's a baby on the street. Who's gonna get picked up and taken home first? The baby is. Nobody gives a fuck about animals. And I feel bad today because today I ate carnitas. And I was trying real hard not to, man. And I feel fucked up afterwards when I did it.
I don't cry during films, but I literally cried during this movie.
So is it kind of like Meet Your Meat by PETA?
Yes.
Like that?
Yeah. Kinda, yeah. Yeah, it talks about like the
meat industry.
Yeah, meat industry, farm, factory farming, all that shit, man. Yeah, it's an intense film.
Wow. So you don't cry much?
I don't. Not watching that, but it was literally it.
Yeah.
It
It'll probably get me too. Did you cry at the end of Coco?
Think so. I don't remember.
I did.
Yeah.
I cried, but I had little tears coming out. So it'll probably hit me then.
Probably.
Especially, well, you know what? Because I can watch all those fucking fucked up movies of PETA, and it's sad, but I don't cry.
No.
But I care so much about animals, you know. But that's why I found it kind of hard that why I still eat animals. I care so much about them. I shouldn't do that.
But why do you think that?
I think because I'm so desensitized, and ever since a kid, I've eaten anything, animals, all types of animals, and but what I realize right now that I'm sitting here talking to you is that I always use this that I want to tell you right now is a lot of people blame their past, or they blame something that they're just desensitized, or that they've done all along their whole life, right? But right now that I'm realizing as an adult is that right now that I know that it's a bad thing, and what's happening to it, and I'm seeing them, I should be able to realize, because I'm conscious of what the fuck's happening, that I should be able to make the decision and stop eating animals, because I know what's happening. I know what happens to them.
Yeah.
Right. Like this morning I was struggling with it, man, because I was on Instagram, and I saw one of the sites that I follow, and it's a carnitas place, right? He's the brother of some other guy that I know. And I looked at it, and then I saw a certain cut that I like that some places don't have, and it looked good, right? And then all of a sudden, my conscience told me, I saw a picture of a pig that I saw earlier that day in the morning, and the pig, she's a mom, and she's laying down on her side, and she's in a long rectangular cage, and it's so fucking tight that she can't turn and she can't stand up, and her piglets are feeding from her, right? That came to my mind, and I think that's my conscience telling me like why I shouldn't eat it, because look what they go through, right?
Yeah.
And also what came to mind is a video that I shared before, and it's like a little square, like a metal square, and there's like flesh, and all of a sudden somebody goes up to that flesh, and it's a flap, and they lift the flap up, and it's an ear, and it's a pig, so you see the pig's eye. And I just saw it's humanity, not humanity, but I saw it's a life. It's someone who feels, who's hungry, and so that, like, my mind was battling, dude. It was just like my mind works that way, dude. Especially like when I start getting into church and God, let's say, for example, as a man, everyone looks at shit on your phone, like porn and shit. It's quick, it's easy, it's on your fucking phone. You look at it, right? Now. I was maybe about 8 or 10 years ago. We used to go to church a lot, right? And sometimes when you go in the restroom and you're like, oh shit, let me look at some porn, right? And all of a sudden I would hear hymns, or I would hear like the pastor what he was saying, and I would say, devil, flee, get away from me, devil, and I would lose the urge, right? So I think part of that would have to be me becoming more involved and building my relationship back up with God. So in order to, because all that stuff's bad, man, looking at pornography and shit like that, it really is bad. It's because it messes up your mind, dude. Your expectations of things, and like you shouldn't be. And the reason why it's so bad is because it's so easily accessible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's bad. It messes up your mind, dude.
Self-gratification.
Sometimes there's people who view that stuff so much, or they masturbate so much, that when they end up with the real woman, they're not going to be able to perform.
I heard that.
Because it's a different feeling. Because your hand, you can fucking make it grip tight, and it's going to be different, tighter or whatever. You know what I mean? It's going to be a different sensation. You know what I mean? And so. Also in your mind, it's like you're seeing all the shit that you're seeing on the internet, or these videos that you're watching. They're all fake. They're all actresses. Nobody fucks for fucking hours like that. Nobody does that kind of shit. It's all fake. So you're actually distorting your reality, because you're looking at this false shit. Just like when women, for example, they see Kim Kardashian and all these bitches, right? They see these bodies, and it messes up women, because they think that in order for them to be desirable or to be attractive, they have to look like these people. When in reality, you don't have to look like that. But since that's all they keep seeing in their phone, that keeps getting fed to them, they think that that's what men want. But men don't want that, And also, well, for us, for men, it's different. Some guys do fall victims to that, where they see, oh, look, this guy's got a fucking 6-pack and this and that, and he works out, so I want to look like that. So some guys try really, really hard, but sadly, most of that shit's just genetics, Or for men, it's like, these guys that look like that, it's their fucking job, dude. Like these actors that have 6-packs and they look fucking good, dude. If that's your job, to just fucking work out and eat right, you get paid for that, then you're gonna look like that,
right?
You know what I mean? And sadly, most of us don't have the luxury to. That's not our job. We have to work 9 to 5. We eat unhealthy shit. But I think men are.
But it is possible, right? If say you see that you see the healthy or maybe healthy or not, but if a person wants to look a certain way, they're able to do that. Right, with some sacrifices, changing diet, going to the gym.
No, not necessarily, not really. And I'm going to tell you why.
Why not?
Because everyone has different body types.
Okay.
Like for someone like me, and I'm not trying to fucking toot my own horn, but like realistically, someone like me, if I go back in the gym 3 months, I get fucking huge because I have my genetics, my body's built like that. You know, I have like a bodybuilder frame. Where if you get a scrawny little guy, I know guys that have been going to the gym for fucking 2-3 years and they're showing off if they go to the gym. They look the same. I haven't worked out since I was in fucking high school. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm still pretty fucking solid. So it's a lot to do with genetics. You know what I mean? But if you get the average person, maybe they can look like that. But no, not
maybe.
Not everyone's gonna be a big ass fucking dude. You know, or like me, I'm not gonna be all fucking shredded and ripped. You know what I mean? It'll. I would have to like lose a gang of fucking weight. You know, a lot of this shit's unrealistic. You know what I mean? But all that shit, you figure it out on your own. But some people are not smart enough to figure it out on their own. Like I know I'm not gonna look a certain way. You know what I mean? But some people don't accept it and they still keep trying and trying. And like I said, I know guys that go to the gym fucking all week and they look the same. They don't grow, and then they take all this fucking fake ass not steroids, but like protein and all that shit. Like I never took none of that shit. When I was a kid, I just ate huevos con weenies and potatoes, and I was fucking massive, you know? And I still carry some of that shit right now, you know? So, you know, it's genetics. Like my son, he's real skinny, but he's also got a big ass fucking frame that when me and him work out, dude, like I can go home right now and we fucking work out and you can fucking tell that we get the pump. You know, it's just genetics. And he's my son, so of course he's gonna have that, you know? It's just that he's a slimmer version of me, but he's tall. But yeah, dude, like it's genetics. Like for some women, like there's some women that they eat whatever the fuck they want and they look good because the fat goes to their boobs, it goes to their butt. Some girls, it just goes to their stomach like a guy, and it's fucked up. You know, I've seen girls that are real chubby and they have no chest. You know what I mean? And there's some girls that have a chest, but they have a big ass stomach. You know, because all that stuff is fat, and it's just you're lucky that the fat goes to the right places. You know what I mean? Or there's chicks that have like no ass and no hips. They could do all the squats that they want to. It's not going to look right because the reason why a woman looks nice is because of the hips, and that's why they have to go and get that shit like, you know, installed, like implants or fucking, you know.
So you don't like implants or BBLs or anything like that? None
of that shit. No. I'd rather have a natural. I'd rather have, even if they're small breasts, I don't care because it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all that fake shit. I felt fake breasts. It's disgusting. It's like
have you really?
Like a frozen water balloon. It's when I was younger, I went to a strip club. Fucking hard ass frozen water balloon.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting, dude. Yeah. And plus I'm not a breast guy anyways, you know? That's like whatever to me. But yeah, a lot of it's and I was mentioning it's like your physical structure, how your bones are, because like because those like I was saying last time, it's the hips, and that's what those girls get. Like I've actually seen videos. There's a little black chick, and she gets like Pampers, and she folds them, and she fucking puts a folded pamper here, and then she gets that shape, that silhouette that people want. But not everyone's gonna have it, dude.
Pampers?
Yeah, she gets Pampers that are folded in half. And she sticks them on her sides and on her butt, and it looks good because you're getting that illusion that, you know, that she's got that shape, but in reality, it's just a fucking Pampers. A lot of it's got to do with genetics and your structure of your bones. Realistically, yeah, but most people don't realize that, and they keep trying to go to the gym, and that's why a lot of girls, they take the shortcut and they go to TJ and they get the BBL and it gets infected, and it's a fucking mess.
It gets infected.
Yeah. Also, one thing that I learned, I used to listen to Tom Likas, and that fool would say that, like, if you ever have a girl and she wants to get implants, don't get them. And if you do, you're a fucking idiot. And because she's gonna leave you, because she's gonna get the attention that she never had before. And this is fucking true. It's true. It's bound to happen. You know what I mean? And I mean, just heads up to any guys, like. I mean,
PSA, tell him, Jose.
And also for the women, like if your man's asking you that shit, I wouldn't be with him. Fuck no, we should like you for however. I mean, the first thing is, of course, you're attracted to the person and how they look, but then once you get past that, then you get to love the person and you get to love what's on the inside. It sounds like some fucking, you know, fake shit, but it's the truth, man. I'm telling you, I'm an old man, so I know like my wife, like I love her. I'm so attracted to her, but I love her, like her, how she is and everything, and it just depends on your relationship. It even grows more. Like I love her more every year, every day, but it's like like I said, like you fall in love with the person, dude. You really fall in love with the person, but it just depends on the kind of person you are, Like I said, I'm a very passionate person, so that's why. But most guys are shallow, and they're gonna just go for the looks. You know what I mean? And when you go for the looks, like especially if you get a chick that looks like that, like what these girls want to look like, you know how many fucking guys are gonna be hitting her up like crazy, And they get these breasts and these shit done because they want the attention. But in the Bible, it says that when you dress a certain way and you want to attract men, for every time that the men desire you, like like their sin, like you're collecting their sin because you're forcing them to be looking at you and shit.
Speaking of the Bible,
yeah,
doesn't the Bible talk about dinosaurs?
I don't think so.
Can we look that up? No, we really got to look this up because I seen something the other day and it made me think of you.
I don't think so, and I'm going to tell you why she looks it up. That way there's no dead air, dead silence. But the reason why is because the Bible, it should be, what is it? I guess they say that we've been around for about 4,000 years, right? It's like 2,000 years before Christ and 2,000 years after, right? But scientists say that dinosaurs are millions of years old, supposedly. I laugh at that shit. Oh, carbon dating, like that's stupid. So I don't
millions and millions of years of evolution,
and that we evolved from monkeys and shit. It's stupid. It makes no sense.
We didn't. Hold on. Okay, go.
No, I just think it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I don't think we evolved from monkeys. So there are
Homo sapiens, Homo erectus.
Yes. So it's not. We didn't just come from monkeys. There are different types of species of Homo sapiens. Yeah. So there are different types of humans, if you will.
Supposedly. But what I think that really is
millions and millions of years ago.
Those are all races, dude. Every race looks different.
So there's two. Actually, there's actually two. There's two theories. There's that one and
races, dude. The races. I'm gonna tell you something. Well, it's gonna sound racist,
but it was a different. There are different type of humans.
This is gonna sound racist, but it's not. Scientifically, it's proven. For example, God made us all to be in the continent. He made us so we can be in that continent, right? So Africans, right, for example, in Africa and their surroundings, they're in the jungle, right? So they have to hunt for their animals mainly, right? Mm-hmm. So people trip out that they're so good in sports and this and that, right? That they're fast. The reason why God made them so that with their pelvis kind of tilts a little bit more forward, and that's so they can run faster. This is like, you can look it up, and that's why. And so everybody was made to be in a certain continent. Just like animals are made to be in a certain place. Like a polar bear was made to be in the ice, and you're going to say because he evolved, but no. Dude.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, so you can say God, you can say evolution, but certain humans were born according, or they adapted to their environment, right?
I don't think so.
We can say that they adapted to their.
You would just die off because like how?
Of course, and that's what most humans did. Yeah. That's what most humans did thousands and millions and millions of years ago.
Why are we adapting?
We are. We're. But this
you adapt.
This happens,
but not your body. Not your body.
This happens over millions and millions and millions of years.
Your body. Well, that millions.
Yeah,
you're saying millions.
But if you think about it, like if you go back into your bloodline, right? Let's say like your bloodline. Let's say 100 years ago or more than 200 years ago, you don't look exactly like your ancestor, right? Because why? Because there was your bloodline and then somebody else's bloodline. They combined. They created a baby that was a little different.
But that's a mix.
But that's what evolution is. It's a mix.
No, evolution means that that you evolve with your surroundings. And like let's say for example a polar bear. So if you base it on that evolution, that means that it was a regular bear, and then all of a sudden it developed a bunch of fat, so it could adapt to the ice, and it turned white, so it could adapt to the snow. This doesn't make any sense.
No, but they were mating.
Of course,
they were mating with other like animals to create that one like.
Okay, now.
Great genome.
All right. After reading this, now I take this back because they didn't really talk about dinosaurs. So according to the Bible, dinosaurs must have been created by God on the sixth day of creation. Genesis 1:24 says, "And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and the beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so." So, I mean, that doesn't
It also
really,
talks about the firmament, too.
That doesn't really...
Yeah, people see because the Bible can be interpreted in many different ways, man. Literally, metaphorically, it just depends. But it's got to be read a certain way.
Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that have sinned.
Hey, Jose, so not to go, but I've always been like curious to hear someone. So like the Bible, right? Like how old is the Bible according to? I don't know much of it.
Well, they say like 4,000 because
4,000?
It happened like they talk about like
and what
before
was the
Christ,
first,
after Christ, and all
what was
that.
the first?
It was the Old Testament.
But in what language was it first made?
It was first, I believe, it was in what's the language that he spoke? I think it was Aramaic or something.
Aramaic.
Aramaic.
Yeah.
And then the first translation was in Greek. So most people go, like my wife has the actual Greek translation, and she compares it to the one that we have now, and they do change a lot of words. And the reason why a lot of words get changed is people get tricked. They think that when they're buying a Bible, they're King James, or they're buying the right one, but they're buying the wrong one. There's one that it doesn't call God, it calls him the Creator. So it takes away that power, right? And the reason why it does that, if you look at it, the same company that prints the Satanic Bible prints that specific Bible. So I forgot the name of it, but I stay away from that one. I have the King James one. Mine's like old school English. What sucks is that fool was a Joto. You know what I mean?
Whoa, wait, what?
King James was a Joto. So that's kind of contradicting to what the
Jesus,
Bible is.
Jose, really?
Yeah, dude.
Sorry.
So that sucks, you know?
No, but because my
A fucking abomination. A fucking abomination has something to do with the
Oh
Bible.
my God.
I'm like, so what's going on with the Bible? No, I just feel like sometimes, like the Bible, it got translated so many times,
yeah.
so many years.
It gets
like,
lost in translation.
Like, how do you know that the one that you're reading now and that you're going with now is the one that was the first Bible?
The way that you do it is, like I said, you get the Hebrew, which is like the first translation, and then that's going to be the closest to it. But like I said, a lot of the stuff is not literal. A lot of the stuff is like, you know, like a metaphor for something, and you got to read the Bible a certain way. But either way, whatever you read, let's say, for example, people will say the Bible is fake and God is fake, right? But if you read the Bible, who is it going to benefit? It's going to benefit you, unless you're going to church and you're giving them feria. But let's say you just get the average person and he gets the Bible. Who is it going to benefit? It's not going to benefit anybody else. It's going to benefit yourself, because it's going to show you how to act in this world. I was going to say conduct, but too many people use that fucking word.
Yeah.
But how to navigate through this world in the right way. Just if you just base your life on Matthew, you'll have a good life, because Jesus Christ says how you should be. And that's going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit anybody else but yourself. And it might benefit others, because then they're going to see that you're a good, like, what I hate is people that say, I'm Christian. Like, I never tell nobody I'm Christian. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the minute you say that you're a Christian, you're held to a much higher standard. And if you're fucking up, people are going to say, oh, look, that fool says he's a Christian and he's over here fucking around and watching porn and drinking beer and blazing it and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's bad. And that's what they want. People want to see, they don't look at the good things. They look at the bad things. That's how people are, dude. People are like that.
I was just telling Gilbert the other day, I was saying, because I don't mind saying it, but I'm atheist. I didn't grow up religion.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up, and I remember one time specifically, I was in college and I was sitting down. Somebody came by me, like a girl that was in Bible study, and she was like, oh, can I sit here? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. She starts talking to me, right? I'm never rude. I'm not a rude person to be like, oh, no. And she started asking me like, oh, what religion are you in? What do you believe? And I was just like, oh, like, that's a question that I've always hid and never really said, because I was always not embarrassed, but I knew where I was going. Point is that she kept talking and talking and talking. And finally I was like, you know what? I don't believe in it. I'm sorry. I'm glad that it works for you and it doesn't. Well, it was like if I told her like, oh, your mom's a slut. Like, it was like she came down at me. And that's what I was saying. It's like sometimes a lot of people that go to church or whatever, they do all these bad things throughout the week, and then on Sunday comes and but I'm at church and I'm exonerated from everything that I did. And
it's awesome that you said that right now.
Because I think that I live a very good life, and because I don't believe what they believe, I'm not a bad person. You know, like
that's good that you said that. And I met a gentleman who is atheist, right? And this is in my current job.
Okay.
And he's a really cool dude. This gentleman lives his life and treats others in the way that you would expect a Christian, a God-fearing man would treat people. Okay? Very respectful, very nice, good, loving person, right? Excuse me. I asked him, hey, dude, are you Christian? He's like, nah, bro, I don't believe in God. I said, well, you know what, Doc? You're doing fine, dude. The way that you are, that's how people should be. You're very humble. You're a very nice person. You're not bad at all. So it's not your fault that you haven't discovered God. And usually, let's say, for example, if you haven't heard about God, then you're kind of forgiven. But if you heard about the Bible and the religion and then you don't follow it, then that's when you messed up. You don't have a chance, right? But there's a lot of people in China and Africa who have never heard of God. It's not their fault. They're not going to be held accountable. But if you know about them and the word and you don't follow, then it's different. So back to what she was saying, where people, and this happens a lot in the Catholic religion, Christian religion, where all week you're fucking around, you're cussing, you're drinking beer, you're fucking up your wife, you're looking at women, you're doing all this bad shit. And when you go to church, all is forgiven, right? So it's a good thing you said that, because today we didn't go to church in person. We actually watched it from home. I got home right on time. We were watching it. And usually it's a different pastor. It's Pastor Pancho, and he's at the Ark Montebello. Then I like this guy. He's really cool because he's about 71 years old, and he was born in Mexico. He's a veteran, and you could tell he's a Chicano. He's like he used to be a cholo, so he talks real cool, he mixes in words. But he wasn't there today. He was in Oregon. So someone else sat in. It was a white gentleman, and he said he likes to use this example of when it comes to people going to church and the relationship with God. What they do is they get their phone. For example, I get my phone, right? And I charge it for 5 minutes. And I think my phone is going to be sufficiently charged, but it's not. And that's what people do. They think that just by coming to church for this hour, it's gonna last them the whole week, but it doesn't do that. You have to keep building at your relationship with God. You have to keep picking up your Bible, reading it, or even thanking him, and not just praying to God because you're in danger, you need help, but even when you're doing good, like when I'm doing good and I get something good, I say thank you, Lord Jesus, thank you God, because I know you're providing, or you're giving me the wisdom, or you give me the power, the knowledge to do what I'm doing. I never give myself credit; it's always God. I mean, I'm not a religious person. It sounds like I am, but I'm not, because I don't believe in religion. As a matter of fact, I don't say I'm Christian. I just follow the Bible, because God is against religion. Like the Catholic religion, all that stuff is man-made. People made up all these extra rules. I just go by the Bible. And that's what the Christian church that I go to, they just read from the Bible. They don't make up all these other things that you can't eat meat and you can't get married and all this other stuff, right? But yeah, it goes back to that. You have to keep constantly on it. You have to pick up your Bible or pray in the morning.
But why?
Well, why? Because you have the faith. And the reason why is because you have faith. If you had no faith, then you'd be like, you don't have any faith. She doesn't have faith. She doesn't believe in it. So it's nothing. But until you understand it and you feel and you have something happen in your life where there's proof that, and like what they say, faith is like not seeing something but believing it, right?
Right.
Just like you believe in that the world is round. So you have faith that the world is round.
I don't.
Okay, that's good that you don't. Or people.
No, I'm saying I don't have faith in but realistically, I don't know. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
and that's me being vulnerable to the information. I have zero clue that is it flat?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it round?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a scientist. I even had that Flat Earth Dave come onto the podcast, and he gave me like a full hour lecture about the flat Earth, and I still walked away from that thing.
Wow.
Because he was giving so much information that I had zero clue about.
Yeah, I think what he's got to do is
he was just information, boom, 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 boom. I was like, dude, let me breathe.
Yeah, and I do that too, and simply because he knows all that information already, and he's giving it to you. because he already knows it, right? And you, since it's new to you, you have to take it in little by little.
I did.
I think what I would do if I was you is I would watch that again and just stop it and then think about it, what he just said, or even research it yourself. You know, when you have time, watch it again, because there's a lot of things that are on there that really help you see what the truth is. You know, like for example, a very simple one is if the world is round, then from the beach you shouldn't be able to see Catalina Island with the fucking telescope because the curvature, it would be below because the world curves. Now, they figured out the supposed circumference. Circumference is how around it is, right? Okay, they figured out the supposed circumference. Now, based on mathematics, they discovered how many degrees or what curvature at a certain amount of mileage you should no longer be able to see in a flat line, because the world isn't flat, it's round, right? But why is it that from Long Beach or wherever, you look with a telescope and you can see Catalina Island? You shouldn't be able to, because it should fucking disappear.
But it's not that far from each other.
Yeah, but based on that law of the math of the curvature, it should be below that curvature, because they came out.
It's not that far.
Yes, it's not that far. And also, you know why I believe it too? Because Shaq says that he was in an airplane and that the world is flat. But he said that too. Let's see.
Shaq?
Really?
Shaq knows. Look it up.
What?
Look it up.
I did not know that.
Shaq trip to Australia.
Okay, look it up and keep talking, because I'm gonna run to the boys' restroom.
Okay.
I'll keep talking with you.
Yeah, and it's gonna come up. And yeah, he said it. Hopefully they don't kill his ass, but they're probably gonna have to reprogram him again.
So going back on Shaq says
flat Earth or whatever. Earth is flat.
Earth.
Yeah.
So just going back on like the dinosaur thing, like what would be your reasoning of why would they make it up?
Okay, the reason why they make it up is because there's a lot of things that they want to cover up. There he is. They want to cover up a lot of things, and what they really found instead of the dinosaur bones is they found giant bones, like this motherfucker right here, but bigger than him.
Yeah, like a giant person.
They found giant bones. And that's what they call dinosaurs. Whenever you go to a museum, and I've seen them before when I was a little kid, and you see this whole full-on skeleton of a dinosaur, right?
Yeah.
They make this full-on skeleton out of a little bone from like a fucking, like a metacarpal, metatarsal, whatever, or a tailbone, a little fucking 1-inch piece of fucking bone. They can come up with this whole fucking ass dinosaur. It's bullshit. If you ask them, it's not even a complete fucking skeleton. It's just a little fucking piece of bone. It might not even be a real bone. And then the skeletons are made out of clay. They're fake. But people think that that's a real fucking skeleton, but it's not. So they want you to believe that the world is so old and the dinosaurs existed and all this shit, because they want to cover up that there was giants. And there was even giants in the biblical times. They speak about it. There's a gentleman named Enoch, and I believe he's the father of Noah. And Enoch is the only one in the Bible who God took up to heaven. He didn't take the Virgin Mary, none of those people. He took him up to heaven. He ascended with him to heaven because he was such a holy man. So the reason why giants exist is because when God cast down the devil down here, because the devil rules the world. That's why everything's so fucked up. He let him fucking do whatever the fuck he wants here, and that's why we have free will, right? So he sent him down here along with his angels, and when the angels saw the women, and they lusted after the women, and they mixed with the women, and the babies that they had were giants or Nephilim. And that's how giants came about. Now in the Bible, it does not say that. It just mentions what happened where they mixed with the kids, with the women. But there's a lot of books in the Bible that are missing. They're called the lost books of the Bible. And there's a lot. There's
a lot missing from the current Bible. Yeah, I've
in the book of Enoch, they continue on and they talk about giants and all that. But the Catholic Church, or whoever came up with the Bible, the version, they omitted all those books because they said that they're not from God or of God. They say that, that they weren't it wasn't the word of God, right? So they omitted them. Now, I have those copies at home, and I read them, and it has the Gospel of Jesus Christ, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, the Gospel of Enoch, a bunch of different people. That homeboy, St. Peter, what happened with St. Peter is it sucks because that fool, he didn't rank out. I said, where you from? You down with God? Yeah, I'm down with Jesus Christ. He was down. He stuck to his guns. What they did to that fool, they crucified him. He said, nah, I'm not worthy to be crucified like Jesus Christ. So they crucified him upside down. And they poured fucking boiling oil on him, and that's
wait. I didn't hear this one.
Yeah, because it's
this is the part of the missing part of the
yeah.
Jose, how do you have all the real stuff?
Anybody can get it. Just look it up. Look it up. Anybody can get it.
So the reason that I brought this open veins thing, because Gil, you and I were talking about it not too long ago, where we were saying where you're talking about giants.
Yeah.
So this book is really, really cool. If you ever get a chance to kind of read it. So in one of the parts, it talks about kind of like how like the indigenous people in Latin America, when they first got conquered by like the Spaniards.
Yeah, what's his name? Cortez saw a fucking giant fighting alongside with the Aztecs.
No. So in this book, it's the opposite. So the Aztecs were like, oh, a god, a giant.
Dude. We spoke briefly. We spoke briefly about this.
What it was is the Aztecs tripped out because these fools came on horses. They had never seen horses.
Yes.
And there's a god, which is the equivalent of Jesus Christ in the Aztec culture, which is called Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl, his human version is a bearded man. So when they saw that bearded man, they thought that was Quetzalcoatl. They thought that was a return of their god. And that's why they were cool with these fools, right? But when these fools come, they came and they raped the women, they killed the children, and they fucking bought diseases because these motherfuckers in Europe, they didn't take showers. They were fucking dirty. Yeah. And they fucked everybody up. But one of the books says that Cortez, when he was coming, he saw a big giant fighting alongside with the Aztecs. Now, what that is people say that the Aztecs were savages that killed each other and they fucking sacrificed blood and shit like that. They were bloodthirsty. That's not the case. What really happened is they were in captivity of the Canaanite giants, which are those are Nephilim, the ones that I was talking about from the Bible. They fucking had the Aztecs. They used to have to sacrifice blood to get adrenochrome for the giants, to feed the giants. And they were so fucking bloodthirsty, they would have to do a bunch of fucking rituals and kill people. And they would give the blood to but it was adrenalized blood. The way you obtain that is, of course, if you're being sacrificed, you're being cut open with a knife, you're going to get some adrenaline. And that's how that is.
Look that up.
But you're not going to find it anywhere though. No. Or depending what,
we have to work to work on getting,
Hero. You just go to the App Store. Canaanite giants.
What I was getting at with the horse was that the perception of these people, because they were of low stature, to see someone so high up, to them it was a giant. You don't think that was like a perception to someone that they were because smaller and this person is a larger European person?
No, because the giants already had the Aztecs already had giants. They were in captivity by giants.
Yeah, that's what
so they knew what giants were. They didn't think that the Spaniards were giants. They thought that was their god coming back. They thought it was Quetzalcoatl, which is a feathered serpent. They thought that's who that was, but his human form is a bearded man. And when they were on the horse, they were tripping out because they never seen a horse. What the fuck is this beast? These guys are magical. They're coming on a beast. They're riding on a beast, and these guys are fucking light skinned and they have a beard. And that's how the human form of Quetzalcoatl was, and that's why they got. But the giants already knew the Aztecs already knew about giants because they were in captivity by the giants. And there's a bunch of old stories, but you'd have to look them up where they talk about.
Look at the Giants of Mexico. Yeah. You see that? Ancient Giants documented.
See that tall fool up there?
He looks like me.
These are the Olmec heads.
The black community tries to say that that's a black person, but it's not a black person.
No.
No. Because they want to say that they're indigenous to this continent, but they're not.
To
South America,
to South America and America,
North America, to the Americas.
Okay.
They want to say that, but no.
I mean, if you go back and like, if you do, you probably won't do ancestry, but if you do,
I would never do that. No. And that's cool that's cool that you guys recognize that.
1%.
Nah, not me, dude.
2%.
Nowhere.
2%.
I look kind of like a. Nah, I don't want to say that because it doesn't sound racist, but anyway,
2%.
But you know what? I would never do that, and it's a cool. You guys are getting to know me that I would never get that done, and I'm going to tell you why. What that is you're they already have our fingerprints, they already have our pictures and all that, right? But you're giving them your DNA, and that's what they want. They want to have your DNA. Now with your DNA, dude, they can set you up so bad with so many different things. You're giving it to them, you know. And what sucks is people got tricked into it and they sent it. Like, I know I'm Mexican. What up? What? Even if I was like something else, like a quarter white or whatever, or I know I have a lot of Spanish blood because my and this is not me trying to sound fucking how a lot of these motherfuckers are saying, oh, I'm fucking Spanish. No, I'm Mexican. I say I'm 100%. I never say, this is the first time you're gonna hear me say this, right? I've never said it on any podcast, but my grandfather on my mom's side, his father came from Spain. So my grandpa is the first generation in Mexico, right? He came from Spain, right? He's got fucking blue eyes and everything and shit. That shit didn't transfer to me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because my mom had me, so she's got the genome. If it was a male, it's different, you know, because he's got the different genetics. So yeah, you're supposed to be whatever your father is. You know what I mean? So like if your dad is a Mexican, you're Mexican. That's where it comes from. That's the more dominant genetics and shit, right? But that's where he came from. But like, I don't go around saying, oh, I'm fucking Spanish and shit like that. Nah, for what? I'm Mexican, dude. You know what I mean?
But I guarantee you're more Spaniard than you are.
Oh, I know that for Mexican. A fact. I know that for a fact, but I don't go around saying that shit. Yeah. I got a beard. I'm fucking tall. I'm fucking big. I'm light skinned. I got fucking different build. So I know, but I don't go around. I'm Mexican, 100%. You know, and you know,
would you rather say you're Spaniard or Latinx?
Fuck no.
Or Latinx?
Neither. Fuck.
Okay.
No.
Ask Gilbert what his percentage was of actual.
Do you get this? Okay,
no, so you I can tell you have a lot, and I'm gonna tell you why.
80%.
Yeah, if you could tell because of your facial hair.
Yeah. I'm trying to grow it out. Look, put the camera on me.
And then your stature too. That's how you can tell.
Yeah.
No, for real.
You're a giant.
I'm not trying to talk shit.
No. I totally get it.
But for a Mexican, I'm fucking tall, dude.
I'm
almost 6 feet.
It's reality.
Yeah,
it's reality.
Mexicans are average about 5'5", 5'3", 5'4". There's a dude that I work with, and this was crazy because he looks like pretty Spanish. He's light skinned. He's got a thick ass beard, but he's a short fool. He was probably like 5'6", 5'7", and I'm like, hey, you're short, you're a fucking midget and shit like that. And he's like, no, fool. He's like, I'm average. He's like, I'm average. I'm a dog. I'm like, no, you're not average, dog. You're average for a Mexican,
dog,
but not average for for an American. In America, yeah, average is like 5'10", 5'11". That's average, but for a Mexican, average is like fucking 5'5", 5'6". You know what I mean? That's average. So we used to go back and forth and shit. But yeah, man, like I'm Mexican, dude, because my mom's from Mexico. My dad's my dad's got fucking red hair. I thank God I don't have fucking red hair. Yeah, I thank God I don't have red hair. He has red hair. He's about as tall as me too. And he fucking looks light skinned as fuck too. Both of my parents are light skinned, you know. And but most people from Guadalajara are like that. That's how they are. That, you know, I guess that's where the fucking Spanish came, or the Germans or whatever, mainly in those areas and shit. And that's why most people look like that. They're tall. They fucking, a lot of them are fucking. You're either gay, a musician, or a fucking soccer player is what they say. And I'm a musician.
From Guadalajara?
Yeah.
Guadalajara es donde se dan los hombres.
Yeah.
Pero uno al otro.
That what?
Translate it, Jose. Come on.
SAP button on that.
That Guadalajara is where
men are like give it. Where men give it, but to themselves. Like to each other.
Yeah, to each other. But yeah, there's a lot of like amongst in the Mexican culture, there's a lot of discrimination and racism, and I feel that the reason why people say stuff like that too is because, like, you know, most people from Guadalajara, they're light skinned, they're tall and shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. And all the other states are kind of shorter. So a lot of the people, like even me growing up, you know, I was told, oh, that fool's dark, he's short, he's less. But I didn't believe that, but that's what I was told, and that's what we're told, you know. Being your family being from that state, look at that fool's fucking corriente, he's a little ass fool, you know. And then at the same time, the way that they talk shit to us is, oh, these fools are gay. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's all they have.
That's all they have. These fools are gay. That's it. That's where the mariachi started, though.
I might rather be short than gay.
Mariachi.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, whoa.
Hey,
whoa.
Hey, you know what's funny though?
That's funny coming from you, actually.
Nah, that shit doesn't bug me.
I'm just kidding.
But there's some dude. We went to like a family, not a family. It was a company fucking like little Christmas party, and it was at my boss's house and shit. And that fool was cooking the tacos. It was shitty ass tacos. Instead of making the fucking carne there, he had like little fucking containers already with the meat already pre-cooked, right? And at that time, I had hair, and I had fucking badass hair, dude, because it was like a pompadour, but it kind of went up, and it kind of had a little curl that came down like that. It was cool, dude. Went up like a side part kind of. And he's like, "Hey, tú eres de Guadalajara, ¿verdad?" Motherfucker. I'm like, "Why? What's up, dog?" I'm like, "Why? Nah, I was born here. Why? What's up? My family is all." Oh, por el pelito, like because of my hair, because my hairstyle. So what the fuck, dog? Trying to say it was gay and shit.
Oh, okay. So that's actually really like that's a thing.
It's a thing. They say that that they wear fucking cowboy boots because they paint their nails. Like, there's a lot of fucking hate.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of hate spewed back too. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. But who?
It's just a lot of jealousy. You know.
But who says that? Like
just people from other states.
From other states of Mexico?
Because there's discrimination too, like because they feel that the lighter that you are, the taller and all that, you've got more Spanish blood, which is the truth. It's the fucking truth, right?
Yeah.
But I don't see it like that. I mean, I see it, but I don't practice that belief. You know what I mean? It's obvious. It's obvious. Like when you see somebody, let's say you see a kid and he looks like he's half white, half Chinese, you're not making an assumption. You're actually seeing, you're declaring what's in front of you, what you see. When you see a kid that's a fucking, or let's say a black kid that's an albino kid, you see that. It's what you're seeing, right? So you see somebody who looks indigenous, and they're most likely they're indigenous,
right?
Unless they go on Ancestry.com because they need somebody to fucking tell them what the fucking obvious is.
I was curious.
Nah, fuck with you.
I was curious, and plus, I didn't even even if I'm still skeptical when it comes to that.
If you do it again, it's gonna be some other shit.
It changed actually, and
it changes.
It went from 80%, and I checked it like a few weeks ago at the end of August, and it went from 80% to I think 75 or something like that. It dropped.
Do you have to pay every single time you do it?
No.
Oh, that's cool. Dude.
No, you do. We do it once because she found it on discounted things. She found it on discount. And
what all those things are. Unfortunately, it's a way of gathering as much information as it can about you. For example, when you buy a new iPhone, you have to fucking scan your face, or you can't use it. Or
the new ones.
Your finger,
the new ones.
Yeah, right. So, but before that, they found ways, and I would see through the bullshit. I would see what they're doing, right? So, for example, I bet you we all remember that app that they came up with, which shows you how you would look like a fucking old person. Everybody was, oh, look how I look like a fucking old person. Like, motherfucker, they're scanning your fucking face, dog. You're fucking dumb, homie.
It was like hacked by Russia
China.
Fucking facial recognition.
I think it was China that hacked it.
You know why they're doing that? It's all facial recognition. You know what they're doing in China and England? There's so many fucking cameras. They're gonna be able to see who the fuck you are now because you fucking scanned your whole fucking face. So they're gonna know who the fuck you are. You can't go anywhere. You know what I mean? And maybe you didn't do anything wrong. Maybe you're standing up for freedom because with these times that are coming, and people are gonna look back and see this shit, how fucked up it's gonna get. It's gonna get really fucked up where they're gonna do that social economic system. What the fuck do they call it? They got it in China. Social some shit, man, where like the money that you use is based on how you act and how you interact with people. So people like me, revolutionary motherfuckers that are really in the front lines, that are going to be doing shit, that know some shit, they're going to be punished, and they're going to freeze their assets. They're going to say, no, you can't fucking have food because you said this shit about fucking Biden. No, you can't do that. It sounds fucking crazy, but it's going to happen.
There's actually a Black Mirror episode that actually was pretty much the same thing. It was kind of like a social media app, and you gained so many points, and you weren't able to move, go to different restaurants, go to hang out with certain people because of your certain points.
It's called social credit score, and that's coming to America.
Basically soon. The same thing that Black Mirror.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you what that is. Black Mirror. Black Mirror is right now right now we're looking at a black mirror. We're looking at a black mirror down there. Those are black mirrors. Okay. Your phone is a black mirror. Those are like fucking portals, and it's some evil shit. But we all have it. We carry it with us, you know. But that's what it really is. And
I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, that's a black mirror. What it really is too is you mentioned that you saw that on the television. Mm-hmm. It's telling you a vision, and you saw that basically when you watch regular television, right? You go and you watch a channel and you channel something. Something gets channeled to you, right? And what do? That channel gives you programming, your daily programming. So they're fucking programming you. What's happening is we think back and say, oh shit, The Simpsons predicted this. No, they didn't. What it really is, and I don't know if I've talked about it before on my podcast, but what it is called predictive programming. They're making you think that they guessed it, but no, they're showing you what the fuck's going to happen, because in order for these guys to move forward with their ceremonies or their spells, they have to show you what they're going to do, because it's a part of the game. They have to show us, look, we're going to do this. And only the smart ones are going to capture. They're going to say, oh, fuck, they're showing us what they're going to do, and you're going to be ready. Or at least maybe you might not be able to do shit about it, but you're going to know when it happens. Oh, fuck, they talked about it there. And it's predictive programming, where you think that they predicted it, but no, they were telling you already. So that's what happened. They were telling you. You saw that, and now you talk to me, you're going to expect that. When it happens, you're going to be like, oh, fuck, we talked about it. You're going to know that they didn't predict it. They just showed you what they were going to do. Now you know, because we discovered that right now together.
Right.
That's what they're planning on doing. Had me and you not talked about this, and then later on this happens, you're gonna be like, oh shit, they fucking predicted it on Black Mirror. But they didn't. They just told you what the fuck they were gonna do.
Oh, okay, I see.
No?
Mine buzzed.
What's the fucking hand signals for mine buzz?
The hand signal?
If you can come up with one, like what I just did right now, this is like fucking blowing your mouth.
Oh yeah, that.
What would be a buzz one? Like that? Or raising the roof? Like,
I don't know. I never really thought about that.
Remember that shit? I used to fuck around when we had restaurants with my kids, and I'd be fucking around raising the roof and doing that funny shit, you know, just to fuck around, you know.
That's funny.
Anyway, I hope this fucking episode goes more than an hour like the other guys, man. I want it to be like 2 hours, but if it gets boring, it gets boring. But usually what I do in my episodes, if it just keeps going, it keeps going, you know what I mean? But sometimes there's lulls. I heard you use that word.
Lulls? I didn't use lulls.
Yeah, you used that word.
Did I? No, it was somebody else. I have no clue.
Hey, what's a lull?
No, I asked Whiskey J what a lull was.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I know that word is because it's in a Morrissey song, you know? He says, you know, he goes through very constant lulls. And it's just, but lulls really is like a term that you can use like with the ocean, like different kind of waves and shit. Yeah. Like that, you know what I mean? Because that song is about that. It's called Seasick Yet Still Docked. That's a pretty good, like he's seasick and he hasn't even hopped on the fucking boat yet.
He's seasick.
Yet still docked. That's my favorite Morrissey song.
Yet still docked.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It talks about like how he's like so far of where he was determined to go, and like how he wishes he could reach the one he loves, but there is no way. And I wish I had the charm to attract the one I love. And then he goes like this, but you see, I got no charm. It's fucking bad when he does it live.
How is Morrissey so popular?
I already mentioned him fucking twice on here.
No, I'm just saying, like, how is he popular in the Chicano culture?
I think it is because mainly for us 40-somethings, 30-somethings, 50-somethings, it's popular because our family came here during the 80s, right? When that shit fucking hit, right? And that's the music, the soundtrack of our life, growing up listening to that fucking music, right? And so that's what was around when we came. You know, that's what we were exposed to, was that music. And I thank God that I was exposed to all this good music, because music sucks nowadays, dude. I don't care what you say.
Who sang that song, the Quiero? Who sang that? Do you know?
Yeah, that's...
Te quiero.
Granitos Verdes.
You listen to them?
I'm not going to say I was a huge fan like everybody that was fucking posting that shit, because I wasn't. But I do like a couple of their songs.
Oh, okay.
I listened to the actual CD and I heard it.
What's this?
I'm a bigger fan of that's his most line.
Have you read this book?
No. I got so many Morrissey books.
So I have this book actually.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I got so many of them, and I haven't even finished his autobiography.
Yeah.
His biography.
it talks about the correlation between Morrissey and people that lived in borderlands, like Tijuana, the border of like, what is it, like Texas, all that, and the correlation between why they adopted Morrissey. Like Morrissey is Mexican, you know, that they say like it's part of Chicano culture.
It is.
It's a really, really good book.
And what's really cool about that is that he knows the love that we have for him, and he's cool with it, you know. Like there's a fucking concert. There's a band called Sweden Tenor Hooligans, which they're like whatever.
Oh yeah.
They're a cover band, right?
Yeah.
And Morrissey came out, and the singer from Sweden Tenor Hooligans was there. And Morrissey comes out. He's like, "Hey, I'm Jose, and we're the Sweden Tenor Hooligans," right? That's like a fucking highlight of your life if he does that, right? But then Morrissey came out one time. He's like, "You know what? I wish I was born Mexican, but it's too late." And he's wearing like a fucking Mexican belt buckle, fucking flag. When I saw him, at the what is it called? This fucking place. I can't think of the fucking place, but that place was going to shut down and they were going to reopen it. So he was the one that shut it down. And when I saw him, he was supposed to perform for a whole week. I got to see him 3 times. And the last time that I saw him, it was fucking cool, dude. They all came out in fucking Chivas uniforms, like that fucking picture right there. Look, I saw him when he came out like that, dude. In full,
oh wow,
the whole fucking crew came out in Chivas, dude. Chivas fucking attire, just like that. But he had dress shoes on. I was there, dude. It's at the Palladium.
Oh, look at that.
Unless that's in Mexico City, but I saw him at the Palladium wearing the same exact shit. It was fucking bad, dude. And then that team, you know why it's even a fucking bigger connection to me? That's a team where my family's from, Guadalajara. And then see, stuff like that does not offend me, because to me, I know the truth about the Virgin Mary. I know that they made her like that in order to conquer the indigenous Mexican people. They made her brown. They made her in their image in order to convert them. There was already other goddesses, and they replaced that goddess with her.
Yeah, she's like a whitewash type of...
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Colonizer. And then also, like, you're not supposed to worship her, but sadly a lot of our people worship her because it's tradition and the Catholic religion.
It's more prominent in the Catholic religion.
But you're not supposed to, because if you read your Bible like you're supposed to, it says, "Thou shalt not have any idols before me." Now I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, if it's Morrissey your idol, he's not my idol. I'm just a fan of his music,
of course.
And God knows, God is number one for me, no matter what. You know what I mean? But I'm a fan of his music, but it's not idolatry. And I used to be.
When does it become idolatry, and when does it become not idolatry?
It becomes idolatry when you don't have any money, but you still fucking waste your money instead of paying your rent, and you go fucking see him. I've had times where I don't have money. I have credit cards, but I don't go. It's like, fuck it, I seen him already. You know? And the cool thing is, the set list sucks, or he'll storm off the stage, or he'll cancel. Like, fuck yeah.
Oh, I heard that he does that a lot.
He did that to me one time. Out of all the times that I've seen him, that happened to me. But I wasn't upset because it's expected. People didn't show up, and he left. You know, it happens. People were upset. They were returning merch. "Oh, you're gonna buy some merch?"
Really?
Fuck that. I'm like, yeah, dog. I'm a fucking Morrissey fan, fool. I'm gonna buy merch, and I bought a sweater. People were fucking returning their merch. Fuck that. I'm never again.
What?
Well, dude, you guys didn't show up. No, dude, we were in line because all the diehards show up early, dude, like maybe 4 hours before the doors open, and we're in line. There's only 100 of us, and all of a sudden, here comes the tour bus. I told my wife, "Look, he is gonna cancel. There's not enough fucking people here." Sure enough. We're waiting there. It was like 40 something degrees. I was wearing a t-shirt. My wife is smart. She had a fucking cobija, a blanket. She was wearing a blanket. And all of a sudden, there was no opening band. And there's a background, and the CD had just come out, and I'm taking pictures like, fuck yeah. And I'm recording, and like the microphone's literally right here, dude. I'm recording the floor, how close I am. And I've always seen them close.
Yeah.
I'm fucking spoiled, dude. And any concert I go to, I have to be in the front. But anyway, I'm recording. I'm all fucking pumped up. Fuck yeah. And all of a sudden, we're sad to inform that Morrissey is not going to play because the heating system is not working. And then
what?
The heater. They had heaters in the fucking stage.
Okay.
Because
why he needs it?
He doesn't like being sick because he has to go play at other places, and if he's sick, he can't sing, right? So he canceled. I was all right. Fuck it. And then I record, and it's like the fucking white background on the microphone by itself. Like, fuck, he canceled, but everyone's like, fuck, like, how'd you get so close? I'm a fucking fan, dude. Like, I gotta be in the front. Like, I don't see how people can be at a concert and be recording from far away. This looks like a fucking flea circus. I'd be fucking embarrassed. I'm serious. I'd be fucking embarrassed. It's, dude, once you are in the front and you see a concert like that, there's no fucking going back. You have to. I've seen them a little further away, but it was free tickets, so I saw it,
Yeah.
And even then, I fucking went all the way to the front. My wife didn't want to. I had my kids with me. She's like, oh, no, like, fuck that. Let's go. If you want, you stay here. But she ended up going. We went to the front. And then I was like at the Hollywood Bowl. I was kind of like in the middle of the venue. And I gave my cousins tickets, and they went up top. And all of a sudden, I was like in the big section where there's bleachers. And I sat all the way in the front. My wife didn't want to. She's like, no. I'm like, hey. You stay here. And I was drinking like a double big up of beer. And before Morrissey comes out, he plays a bunch of music that he likes. He had the New York Dolls, and I know all these songs, so I'm singing these songs.
Really?
I'm like pumped up. At that time, I had hair too. My hair was up and shit. I look like a Morrissey fan. And I'm like in the front row of where it's like just like bleachers and shit. And they don't check you there. Once you pass that section, you're cool. Next thing you know, some big ass fool comes up to me. Hey, bro, you a Morrissey fan? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm a Morrissey fan, dog. How'd you like to be in the front row? Fuck yeah, dog. He gave me the ticket. I start walking away. He goes, hey, bro, who's that? Oh, shit, that's my wife, dog. Gave her one too. So he gave her one too. And my cousins were sad because they were trying to go in the same section that I was. And they said, no, you got to go way the fuck to the top. So I got my tickets that I had, and I went all the way to the top, and I gave them my tickets. And I was looking for other people because I knew other people to give them other tickets. My wife's like, no, he's going to come out. So my cousins then ended up sitting where I was going to be in the middle. And we started going all the way down, showing them things. All of a sudden, my wife goes, we got to go. Because all of a sudden, like some fucking gong, some fucking bells, loud ass bells start coming out. And then boom, we get there, we get a wristband. Dude, we go to the front. My wife's touching the fucking, the stage. And I'm right behind her. And we're there, dude. Then Morrissey comes out. We're in the front. It was fucking bad, dude. So that's a cool fucking story that I have. It's just meant to be. I got those I had bought like 6 pairs of tickets, and I kept buying them and selling them, And I ended up in the front in the pit, dude. I even got a video of that shit where me and her, I got to see The Cure fucking up front too. So like once you see these kind of high caliber bands that close, like there's no going back, dude. Like if I can't get pit tickets, I don't even buy them. If it's like seating and shit, I don't go. It's a different experience. Like I just don't know how the fuck people can be like, you're way the fuck up there. You're not seeing anything. You're seeing fucking specs and a fucking big screen. Might as well stay home and put on a fucking DVD full blast and watch them because it's not the same experience, dude.
Yeah, maybe it's just the same experience with the audio and just the environment. Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah, and then plus that's like what, like $200 probably to be in the nosebleed sections and just bumping it, right? Yeah. Might as well just do that at home.
Yeah, like I see people doing it. No disrespect to them, but like to me, I just can't do it. I'm fucking spoiled now,
Did you ever find out who that guy was?
Who?
The one that gave you the tickets.
I don't know who he was, but he's a Mexican dude. Like
that's strange.
He would hire like big ass Mexican dudes as bodyguards. And shit.
Just to give out tickets like that to fans?
That's his bodyguard.
Oh, that was his bodyguard.
He said, "Hey man, find motherfuckers that look like fans."
That's cool.
He fucking asked me. He could have asked thousands of fucking people that were there. He asked me.
Yeah.
I look like a fan because I had fucking cool hair before. And this is like in 2007, I think. So that's a long time ago,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool, man. And my wife's always been there with me, She's shaking it. That concert, she got to shake his hand and shit.
No way.
Yeah, she got to shake his hand. And then there's a live recording where they released it as the audio, and he's reaching for me, but my wife's in front of me, and I have to fucking squash her, and I don't want to do that. He's like trying to shake my hand, he's like, I can't fly, and he turns around, and he leaves the shit, and that's recorded, Yeah, he's like reaching for me, but I'm not gonna fucking smash her,
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. But then at the Palladium, at that show, because I went 3 times, I ended up getting one of his shirts that he threw out, and I got to shake his hand twice. In the same fucking concert. He looks at you and he shakes your hand and shit. Is cool.
Oh, that's cool. Is there, besides Morrissey, is there any other celebrities that you've gotten close like that to?
Zach De La Rocha at
Who's
fucking you like Rage Against the Machine?
Oh, okay. Oh, the front man from that guy.
Not enough to know who the fuck he is. Right? But that's all good. See, that's the thing that's fucked up about me, man. I wish I wasn't like that, man, where I have this imaginary fucking standard that only I have in my head that I expect people, like, for example, if I see you wearing a fucking Misfit shirt, you better fucking know that there was different singers.
Yeah.
Like, do you like Len Danzig or you like Michael Graves? You know what I mean? You better fucking know that.
Oh yeah. I think I had a cousin. My cousin was wearing a Misfit shirt, and I asked her. I was like, "Hey, Danzig or Graves?" And she was like,
"Huh?
What? What are you talking about?" Yeah. I'm like, "Who do you like better as a frontman for the Misfits?"
I'm even tough on myself, man, because I found out about them like in 1998 or 99, and I would always see those T-shirts, and I've always been into skulls. I've always been into like death and macabre looking stuff, you know. Because I've always been into rock and roll and shit and punk rock and shit. And so I would always see the T-shirt and I was like, fuck, I like the T-shirt, but I'm not just going to fucking buy it without knowing what the fuck it is. So I went to a record store called Penny Lane, and at that time they would let you listen to CDs. I'm like, let me listen to the CD. Dude, instantly I fucking loved it. Fuck yeah.
What was the first song you heard from the Misfits?
138. We Are 138.
We Are 138. Okay, yeah.
But it was
Danzig.
Yeah,
okay.
But it was like a best of CD, but it was like with Danzig. It was Misfits Collection 1 and 2.
Okay.
One of them looks like kind of like a golden brown. The other one just like a yellowish cover. And then I started listening to the CDs. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is bad, you know.
Who do you like, Danzig or Graves?
Danzig way fucking.
You don't like Graves?
It's like whatever. He's kind of goofy. And his singing style. He only reason why he's popular is because he's a pretty boy.
Who? Michael Graves?
Yeah, chicks like him. He's a pretty boy. And Danzig, like, you see when he got knocked out.
Oh yeah, I seen that one. Can we pull that? Can we look that up? Have you seen this one?
No.
He's supposed to be he's supposed to be like a fucking black belt and shit. But
he gets knocked the fuck out. I heard like he's like
he's little, and the other guy's fucking huge.
Yeah,
that fool's like 307 pounds.
Yeah, he got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is. I haven't seen this in a long time, years.
There's two other. We went on exactly. I understand that, but can you push it back a little bit? Because it's on the fucking one side. It's on the play side. It's 2 6 hours. You motherfucker!
Ooh, right there.
Who was the guy that hit him?
He's a guy from a different band, and the guy from the different band was mad because I think he wasn't going to get paid, or they didn't get to play, and they showed up. They were supposed to be like the opening band, and I guess Glenn Danzig made a mistake. He thought he was still in high school, and he thought they were going to get into a fucking shoving match. No, you hit me. No, you hit me. Nope.
Yeah.
You touched that motherfucker, you fucked up. Fuck you, motherfucker.
There we go. Boom.
It's because he pushed him and he took a picture. He just stood there like this. He thought he was gonna fucking intimidate him by doing that.
Yeah.
After he pushed him, he should have fucking got his position.
Yeah.
That sucks, huh? And everyone made fun of that fool after that shit, dude.
After that, yeah.
Actually, because of him, that's why I found out about the last books of the Bible.
What?
Because of him. There's one. Look up Danzig's book collection.
Have you heard Sam Hain and all of his other stuff?
That shit is fucking pure evil, and so is Danzig. I'm gonna tell you why. I was listening to fucking Sam Hain. It's great fucking music, but it's fucking evil.
Yeah,
it's evil. It was the time in November when the time changes, right? I showed up to work an hour early because I fucked up, right? It's a video actually. It's that one like that where they show him with the shirt off, and so I went to. I said, you know what? Let me go to church. So I go to the Catholic church. And like traditionally what a Catholic does is they dip their finger in that holy water.
Yeah.
And I did the whole cross thing, and it was fully packed. So I go to the back of the church, and everyone's turning their head looking at me like I'm fucking evil. Everyone's just staring at me, right? All of a sudden, it started burning.
What?
It started burning. I'm not lying.
What do you mean burning?
Burning. The holy water was burning my forehead. I'm not lying to you, right? So everyone's looking at me like this, looking back at me, scared, dude, scared. I look kind of scary, like without glasses. So I admit that. But they just kept staring at me, and it was after I did it, and it started burning. So I get out of there, and I leave, and I wipe it, and then I notified my friend, which she's a pastor, and I said, "Hey man, this happened to me." He's like, "Nah, Jose." He's like, "Jose, that's just water, man. That water has no power." And I said, he's like, "You know what? Most likely, you know what it really was, Jose? It was that there's a bunch of germs in there, and you put it to your skin." And that's what I thought it was. He's no water can judge you. No water has power to judge you. And that's why I took it. It was because of all the fucking microbes and shit. that were on my forehead, and everyone touches it.
Everybody dipping their fingers in there.
Maybe some fool's picking his nose, scratching his balls, took a piss. He didn't, you know what I mean? And then I fucking put it on my head, on my face, and my forehead. So, but this is cool. He talks about it.
Welcome to my book collection.
Jesus.
This is just part of my book collection.
That looks like a fake. Doesn't look like him.
The Werewolf by Montague Summers. This is great. There's lots of great werewolf stories in here, all documented, all true. And there's one in particular that's great where they're looking for this guy who's accused of being a werewolf, and he comes out of this clearing shaking a baby in his mouth. That's pretty cool. It's the kind of stuff I like to read. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Occult Roots in Nazism. Every school child should have this book.
Whoa.
Can learn a lot from this one. Alright, what else do we got here?
Aleister Crowley, remember?
There's just various books on death, anthropology of evil, different societies' views of evil, what their conception of evil is. Something that don't even have evil. Here we go.
That's the one I have.
This one's the Lost Books of the Bible.
Oh, this one?
I have the same exact book. Yeah.
The Lost Books of the Bible.
Hardcover and everything?
Tells you a lot of stuff that they omitted from the Bible. All original chapters of the Bible, which were excised. Let's see, there's a chapter in here.
It's the Gospel of Jesus.
Infancy.
Gospel of Jesus Christ.
It tells you about Jesus' childhood. Stuff that I guess most churches wouldn't want you to know about because it doesn't fit in with their ideology of Christ. And let me see. There's one passage in here where Jesus and a little kid are playing on the Sabbath, and Jesus is making these clay statues he's formed come to life. And the child says, it's a Sabbath, you shouldn't be do that, and blah, 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 blah. And so anyway, Jesus kills the kid.
It's because he
and here we have another passage,
he ratted him out to Joseph. So
another
the kid
time when Lord Jesus was coming home in the evening with Joseph, he met a boy who ran so hard against him that he threw him down. To whom the Lord Jesus said, as thou hast thrown me down,
I shall
so
strike
shalt
you down.
thou fall, nor ever rise. And at that moment the boy fell down and died. Jesus.
He's all awkward. Oh, okay.
Glenn Danzig.
I have the same exact book.
Should I keep going?
Interview on the topic of books.
That's all it is. And then I sent that book to my homie that's locked up in prison. I sent it to him because he it's reading material.
Yeah.
So he can check it out. He got it like a week, and then it took like a week for him to get it, like because I guess they got to go through it and shit. But yeah, dude. Oh, and then there's one that's called I found out about it through Punk Bug. It talks Danzig's bricks. He just had a bunch of bricks in front of his house, dude. And they were always there, yeah. Just type in Danzig's bricks. And there's a video of it. He just has bricks. They're not there anymore. Because his house, you can actually buy it. I think it's in Los Feliz. And they said he was really awkward and shit. He had a bunch of cats. See the bricks?
Oh.
It's just a pile of bricks. That's his house.
He lives in...
It looks like a fucking haunted house.
He lives in L.A.?
Yeah, used to.
Oh, okay.
That's in Los Feliz.
Just some random bricks.
Yeah.
His front yard.
He just fucking had them.
That's weird.
There's a meme out there that says, like, on the caption, it says the different, like, can you spot the difference between Glenn Danzig and who's that? There's an actor, Sojourner something. Can you look that up?
They look pretty similar.
They look very similar. Yeah, and it's a woman.
Ah, she must be ugly. Look, she looks like a man. That fool looks like a fucking man. He's got a big ass jaw.
Celebrity look-alike, or Sojourner. It's something Sojourner.
Is she a lesbian?
There we go.
Sojourner.
Oh yeah,
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver. Oh, right there. Look at another one. I'm surprised that hasn't. Right there on the right.
I mean, if she was to dye her hair black,
It's because the chin.
Right there. Make that one bigger.
This one?
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
there we go.
What's the name of that star that comes out on the Halloween movies? That lady.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I heard she's a hermaphrodite.
Oh, what?
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Not everyone, not me.
All of us Hollywood fucking elite know. Yeah, dude. She's a hermaphrodite.
Look that up, please.
Crazy, huh?
No, that's not crazy. Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah.
You're absolutely. Where do you get all this stuff?
That means her parents, had this been now, they would have chosen her gender. Now, back then they let her. That's happened before, where they destroy the penis, and when the person grows up, they want to be male, but they fucking burn off the penis and shit. It's happened before. But yeah, she's a hermaphrodite. Yeah.
There we go. What about I heard Lady Gaga's a hermaphrodite too.
She's a man, or he's a man. It's really a man. Also, Serena Williams and they're man.
But why? Wait, but why?
Look up Serena Williams and her sister practicing. They're two little boys with braids. That's all it is.
I gotta not. I like them. I'm a big fan of them.
Yeah, so everybody was posting about it. I don't know why they're posting about it. Like, what do they do for us? Like, what?
Because of the movie that just came out. With
but why did people are posting it? Because it was her last game. Like, who cares? What the hell did she do for you, dog? You know what I mean?
I think a lot of that stems from hatred too. You know, someone can be like hating and then just be like, let me make this up.
No, because it's obvious. You can see the video. When they're practicing with the dad.
Jamie Lee Curtis is so proud of her trans daughter. Oh, yeah. She has a trans daughter.
Mm-hmm. So she has a boy that's confused.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
PC.
Hollywood myths. Jamie Lee Curtis was born a hermaphrodite. Right there. IMBD.com.
Yeah. They're gonna say it's a myth.
Right there.
Which one? Sorry.
Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one down.
This one?
Yes. There we go. Hollywood myths. Jamie Lee Curtis was born on hermaphrodite.
You never heard that before?
No, this is the first time.
Yeah, dude.
I learn very new things on this podcast. True Lies hottie Jamie Lee Curtis, and whether or not she was born with some extra equipment, down there, without some exciting, crazy, bitter movement for her to reveal her birth certificate to the press. Will delve into the rumor with as much grace as the internet will allow.
Okay. And then you see something that I see right now. I see that Disney shit. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're advertising Disneyland.
There was something that you posted about Disney.
Yeah.
And I sent you something too.
Yeah.
Oh, about the Frozen thing.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't get a chance to see that, dude.
No, read it. Okay. So, where did I send it?
Well, people are mad because that's not a good movie for kids to see, because they're like showing kids to be rebellious. That's all I know about that. But what did that?
So here's the thing. You may have known this about Walt Disney freezing himself.
Cryogenically frozen.
Yeah.
They said that they were going to thaw him out because they found the technology to do so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're saying that's a myth, but they have the technology. They've had it for a while.
Right. So that happened, and that came out on the internet. So they didn't want, they meaning Disney company, they didn't want that information to come out and to the public.
Yeah, to the public.
So what they did, they made a movie named Frozen, so that way when they search Walt Disney Frozen, the movie will come up and not the information about the cryogenically frozen Walt Disney.
That's believable, but also it's a lot easier than them just making a movie. All they got to do is they pay Google, and they're all connected, not to show anything like that. Just like a lot of the things I tell you guys to look up, it doesn't come up, or it doesn't favor what I'm saying. It's always going to say that it's a myth, that it's fake. It's never going to show you, because they're all together. It's all the same fucking companies. Google, YouTube, it's all the same shit. Why the fuck, if I have my opinion on something, and I'm nobody, I'm a fucking regular fucking man who has a little fucking platform that's making a video. Why don't you just allow me to have freedom of speech and say whatever stupid shit I'm saying, whether you believe it's a lie? Why is it censored? Because there's some truth to it. And if enough people get behind it and see it, you don't want motherfuckers to know the truth. Because seriously, think about it. Who the fuck am I? Why the fuck are you taking my video down?
Yeah.
I'm just some crazy fucking guy, right? That's what everyone thinks. Who's
I don't think you're crazy.
Believes some fucking bullshit. Then, well, then why are you taking it down? What's the importance? Why are you taking it down? And that it leads you to believe that because there's some truth to it, you know? And speaking of the Walt Disney and the freezing and stuff, they have that technology already, dude, like where, I don't know if they thought his ass out, but they say it's a myth too but that fool's frozen. He has so much fucking money, dude. They can reanimate him and shit, you know? But who knows if, cause they might wait for the technology that they're going to come up with where they're going to get your soul and your energy and put it somewhere, like put it in like into a device or maybe to a robot, to a fucking android. Who knows? They're, you know, right now what they're doing is they're tricking people, and people are so stupid and they think it's a cool thing to be able to put a fucking microchip in your fucking brain. That's fucking stupid as fuck. I'm going to tell you why. What happens, let's say right now it's hot, right? And your neighbor's got the fucking AC on, right? And, they just fucking, there's a power outage, right? All this shit's going to turn off, right? Your ATM machine's not going to work. All that shit, that shit's got to keep getting charged by something, right? All they can do is just go in there and shut that shit down, and you're not going to function anymore. But people think it's cool, you know? They think that putting your money in the crypto and all that shit's cool. But guess what? All it takes is one fucking button to turn all that shit off, and you don't have any fucking money. Because you don't have anything. At least money is paper. At least back in the day, people would trade. They'd fucking, what is the word? Barter?
Barter. Yeah.
They'd barter for shit. You know what I mean? And what I was thinking about too, that's pretty crazy, is like how before people would just barter and trade and shit and like hunt for their shit. And all of a sudden, we, as a society, as human beings, we came up with this something that we tender, something of value, which is just a fucking paper. And now you're forced to work these fucking hours in order to make this fucking wage, when before you didn't have that. It was just like, you have something to offer. I have this trade. I can do this shit for you, and you can do this shit for me. You're a farmer. You grow shit, or you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, boom, there's money. And with the money, that's why we work. That's what we got to do. All this bullshit. That's where there's debt and all this shit.
Zeitgeist.
Yeah. So it's fucking.
That's part of the zeitgeist.
It's fucking crazy, man. And we're just playing the fucking game, because what are we gonna do if you don't fucking work? You're not gonna have nowhere to live. So you have to follow what it is that they want you to do in order to coexist and to exist in this fucking world. But at the same time, you have to know what's going on behind the scenes and shit. That way you know what the fuck to look out for, and actually react or change things that you can change, that you have the power to change. Like, I don't have the power to fucking change if they're going to turn it into crypto. I'm going to have to roll with what the fuck they do.
Yeah.
Just like they gave us a taste of that with the whole VAX, right?
Wait, hold on. What's the VAX?
VAX. Just spell it and read it in your head without saying it. VAX.
Oh, okay.
Okay. With the VAX,
I was like, what? What is that?
That's code.
Okay.
That's code that we use. So with that, they tricked all these people into getting it right, and luckily for me, they were trying to do that, but they were going to start charging us $70 if we don't want to get it done.
Oh yeah. I remember you talking about.
A lot of people lost their jobs because of that, right? And come to find out now, I'm on the same fucking boat as a person who does have it already. The same rules apply, you know, and it sucks because a lot of people were forced and tricked into getting it done without having to. And that's why, if you look, cancer rates are up 300%. Heart problems are up 300%. A bunch of different things are happening because of this since 2021.
When they first came out
with it. Yes. So now, if you look at, this is how they start. They start with this, right? And they see how people react to it. So everyone's fucking scared. I want to fucking get it. Fuck it. Give me the fifth one. I can't wait till the next one fucking comes out, right?
Yeah.
And people are scared and coerced into doing it. You have your back against the wall, and they got a fucking knife against your fucking throat. And what do? You got to fucking do it. So this is just a little test, a little sample of what they're going to do. The fucked up thing is that people are complying, and the more people fucking comply, it's going to be a lot fucking easier for them to implement even other fucking laws, you know, that are yet to come. The world is not going to get better. I'm sorry. I'm a realist. I do want it to get better, but it's not going to get fucking better.
So what do you think is next after this?
What's next? They're going to come up with, I would say, like in the wintertime, they're going to either revamp it or make a new version of it, because the flu is big around that time. And we all know that the people who know what's up, we know that in reality, it's just the flu. That's all it really was. If you look at the statistics, it says that the flu was down 99%, right? For the first time in years. If you're smart and you look back, you're going to see that thousands of people would die a year because of the flu, right? And all of a sudden, people stop dying. Now it's just the other mysterious one, the C word, right? Now it's just a C word, and mysteriously the fucking flu went away. All they did was rebrand it, made it a 2.0 and changed the fucking name. But it's the same, but it's the same fucking thing. Hey, but it's the same fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can fucking, you can call a duck a chicken, or you can call, let's take it even further. You can call a fucking chicken a silly goose, but it's really a fucking chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And those of you who know, and I'm looking at that camera right there, you know what's up. It's a fucking inside. You know what I mean? You it's the insides for the inside of the nizza, you know? But yeah, man, if you know, all they do is change the fucking name, man. And me as an observer, because I observe every time. I observe people everywhere I go. I fucking see people. I see how they act. And by doing that, you learn a lot of things, man, how people fucking act and how they behave and how easily they were fucking tricked into getting that shit done. And the fucked up thing is that a lot of people are complying. And so this is just a fucking test. It's a beta test. Now comes the bigger thing. Who knows what's next? And what happens is, you know how they keep fucking coming up, oh, now you got to get this one and then the next one and the next fucking BOOST, you know, and people just keep doing it. Like, I know people, oh, I can't wait for the next one. I'm going to fucking sign up. Like, dog, like there was some lady that, I think she was a famous lady. I posted it where she said that, oh no, it was just some regular white girl. Like, oh, like, you know, like, I had the C word for fucking, for 3 months, and I had all of them. I had 4 of them, and now I got the new one. Like, dude, it doesn't make any fucking sense, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's insanity, you know? Like, you keep fucking doing the same thing, expecting different fucking results, but it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't fucking work, and it's sad, man. It's fucked up for the people that did have to get it. I thank God every day that I wasn't forced into doing that shit, because I know what it contains, and I'm not going to speak about it, but I'll tell you afterwards, which I fucking hate saying that shit. It sounds fucking dumb. You know what I mean? Because I feel bad because like I'm fucking, the audience wants to hear it, but you're robbing them of that knowledge.
Yeah, but you can, they can always DM you, because I'm going to put the link of your stuff on the show description. Yeah. Right? They can always DM you.
Nah, but I still wouldn't tell them. It's only homies. It's only homies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only homies that I know, you know. And
why is that? Why wouldn't you tell them?
This is common knowledge. If you look it up, you'll see it. You know,
okay.
You'll see it. But so
you encourage them to look it up, to do their own due diligence.
For the people up there, the big people up on top, I'm not gonna fucking release it to everybody. You know, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. But I know it sounds crazy, but it's like, put it this way, dude. Like, I don't want to put myself in danger or my family in danger with shit. Other people that know what's up know about it and what the fuck it really contains, but they don't talk about it. That's why you probably haven't heard about it, because only certain people know what the fuck was really in there.
I don't. I only know surface stuff. I don't really. I haven't got, like, there hasn't been something where I like dived and kind of like really went into. And it's been a long time.
What makes a really big difference is the search engines that you're going to use. You're going to use the common ones that they want you to use. You're going to use the ones that are gonna cover up the truth, rather than using the ones that are going to uncover the truth.
We need to hurry up and get that search engine before your third appearance on. It's just
called Hero, dude. Hero.
We gotta get that before you get on.
Are we running out of time or what?
No. I haven't said your name yet.
No.
That was actually pretty good. I got a good brand going then.
What brand?
No, what you were talking about with Whiskey J, about me saying your name, and you know that's the end.
Oh yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, because we wouldn't have had a mama. Whiskey J. It was nice. Like, fuck, when you hear GILL say your fucking name, it's over, dog. And even he was like, what? That's it? Oh man, it was getting warmed up. You know?
Yeah. Well, because they usually do like 3 hours. They do like 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, I do about an hour and a half if I'm pushing it, because I find that people, their attention span is really fucked up. Most people, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it's very fucking interesting, you're giving them a lot of knowledge, and it's on video, they get something to look at, and it's like you're watching something rather than you're just fucking listening to something. Because usually when you're watching something, you're actually sitting down and you're concentrating, and you have the time to absorb all this information and watch it, right? And you're absorbing it. Now, when you're listening to something, you might be doing something, because you don't have the time to just sit down and watch something. So you're listening to it on your earphone. So you're multitasking. You're doing this thing. You're doing that thing. And so sometimes you don't have enough time to fully, absorb everything you're listening to. And I kind of find that, not myself, because if I'm interested in something, I don't care if it's audio. I don't care if it's visual. I don't care if it's hands-on. I'm going to absorb, and I'm going to fucking dive into it and fucking learn something. If there is something to learn. If it's a fucking boring podcast, I'm going to turn the motherfucker off. If the audio's fucked up, I'm going to turn the motherfucker off. Or even if it's audio, there's motherfuckers that got tons of money and they got badass fucking studios and they got badass equipment, and the podcast sucks, And I'm not saying mine's a shit. All I can say for my shit is like, I can die and say, and I can say, with a fucking, I can look you in the eye and tell you that my shit's fucking real. My shit's fucking real. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. It's that fucking easy. That's the problem that we have now. And right now it's cool because I feel like I'm going on a fucking classic rant because I'm throwing my fucking hands in there and I'm fucking talking louder. But it's like nowadays, if something bothers you, you want to fucking tell everybody and you want to fucking put an end to it just because you don't fucking like it. If you don't like it, don't fucking listen to it. And it's out of your fucking life. It's that fucking easy. There's certain pages that I follow. They post some stupid ass shit, like dumb shit. And sometimes I don't even follow them. I just fucking hide the story so I don't see it. Or I hide their posts because it's fucking stupid shit.
What's your definition of stupid shit?
Stupid shit is almost, I would say, like 90% of the world is stupid shit. It's shit that it's okay to be normal. But it's what everyone else consumes, like the shit that's brainwashing you, the shit that's fucking actually fucking you up, but you don't know that it's fucking you up. Like, for example, people that watch the Kardashians, yeah, the drama's cool and all that shit.
Yeah.
But sooner or later, you're going to be talking like this, and you're going to take mochas, and you're going to talk like that. And then what happens is these women develop, it's called a fucking vocal fry. And there are a lot of men talk like that too. It's called a vocal fry.
Vocal fry?
Vocal fry. Yeah. And what they do is, it's people that speak like that, they lack confidence because they're very stupid individuals. So what they do is they prolong the end of a sentence like this because they don't know what else to say. Or they make it sound like a question like that, That's how they fucking speak.
Vocal fry. Vocal fry epidemic.
Yeah, dude.
It's on the Mind Buzz. What is a vocal fry? Vocal fry is the lowest registered tone of your voice characterized by its deep, creaky breathing sound. When you speak, your vocal cords naturally close to create vibrations as air passes between them, like a piano or guitar string. These vibrations produce sound, your voice.
Yeah. You heard it here first in the Mind Buzz.
I learned so much here. What is that? What's that video?
Those are the vocal cords. You're going to hear it.
Gotta hear it. This is actually science.
There's an epidemic in America.
We listen to this is fucking science on MB right now.
Young women. And that is vocal fry tones.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross. Hi. So, what's going on in this country is something that really irritates me. And that is vocal fry tones, especially heard with young teens or people in high social groups. No, stop it. Hi, Abby Normal here. Jesus. And I'm going to talk.
That's a name. Cut her off, please. Jesus Christ.
Right?
Abby Normal.
So that right there is
1 million views? Jeez. I'm going to make a vocal fry video and put it on YouTube.
You see, but her like,
I'm. You know what? I'm gonna be honest here, and I'm a suspect of vocal fry, right?
A little bit. Right? So does Ulises does it too. Mm-hmm. Someone very close to me pointed that out to me. He does do it a little bit, and like
But I do it, but now this is a thing now. Now I'm going to try not to do it. But the reason why I do it is because I'm trying to, my thoughts are going, like I don't know. Like I get jumbled up in my brain sometimes, and I'm just like, like I think of questions. I'm trying to think of a question.
What it is with you is you're doing the vocal fry tone, but you're not doing the prolongations. Prolongations is like I was very scared, and when you make it last longer like that.
I think it's just the tone.
But the reason why they do that, the tone is like the raspiness, like because you're making your thing right. And now what makes it sound stupid is the prolongations that add to it. The reason why they do the prolongation to it, that's a sign of someone who lacks confidence, who's very stupid. So when they say,
wait, hold on, wait, hold on.
You don't do that though.
Wait. No, but what I'm saying is, okay, so you can lack confidence, but just because you lack confidence doesn't mean you're stupid.
No.
Okay.
But most people that do that is because they're stupid. Because the prolongation, I'm going to tell you what. The prolongation, the prolongation lacks confidence, and you're stupid because like you're saying something and you're lacking confidence. You're saying you're stating something as a question when it's really a fucking statement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if I like green cars or blue ones because you're not fucking confident.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I don't know. To me, that shit goes hand in hand, man. Confidence and fucking stupidity. But not necessarily, because there's a bunch of fucking nerds that are awkward and shit.
Yes.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference between being stupid and there's a difference between lacking confidence.
But we are talking about what I think is different. And I'm saying not everybody who speaks in that way is stupid, but most are, because that's the fucking trend.
Gotcha.
Right? Now, if you get a fucking brainiac, nerdy, fucking school shooter type of fucking kid that's that's smart as fuck, and he talks like that, sure, he lacks confidence because he's fucking awkward, and he talks like that because that's the only way he feels okay speaking. He's probably bullied all the time, but now these people do it because they hear these bitches on the E network or whatever talking like fucking idiots, and they think it's fucking cool.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't agree with. I don't agree with that. It's socially acceptable to sound
stupid,
dumb, or stupid.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's not cool. That's not a very good example
it's not good for the youth.
Young people.
Yes, it's not.
At all.
Like, fuck, I want to fucking sound smart.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does. But I do wonder if everybody considers themselves smart.
But you can be confident and not smart.
Yes, but that's a totally different thing, because like confidence is how you feel
about the information that you're talking about, right?
But people will decipher that, whether if you're smart or not, if it makes sense or if it's bullshit. At the same time, I can be judged whether like, oh, I'm fucking crazy, I'm stupid because of the shit I'm saying, just because you lack the knowledge. And what happens to me a lot is I know all these fucking things that the average person does not know. And people who don't know what you know, you end up being a threat, because then they feel less than you because you know something that they do not know. Me, I don't give a fuck. I want to learn what you fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a threat. You're not a threat to me because I can absorb that information if it's good information. And then I have to use my mind in order to decipher whether that information is going to be helpful or not helpful. If it's not helpful, then I'm not going to fucking absorb it.
Exactly. So I use this example all the time about being vulnerable to information, right? So when you're learning something, you have to be totally vulnerable, because if you go into something thinking that you know something, then you're not going to learn jack shit.
You're not going to learn. Yeah, you're not going to learn because you're going to think you're a fucking know-it-all. And that's why, even though I know a lot of things, I'm confident in them, and I consider myself a little smart. I'm not fucking book smart or college degree type of smart, but I know a lot of shit, right? But at the same time, I like there's a saying like I know nothing because I know some shit like that. I know everything because I know nothing and shit. Because like you're always learning. Realistically, dude, I learn something new every fucking day.
Absolutely,
and I like that. That's good, man. That's really good. Because imagine all the stuff that I've learned in these 40 years, or whatever it is, whatever age you listeners are that are listening or viewing this. imagine your learning curve, it just stops there and you no longer fucking learn things. So let's say, for example, you get
Is that even possible?
Well, I'm just saying,
okay,
metaphorically speaking, right? That, you know, how people say that they know it all, whatever, right? Well, let's just say that you, since you know it all, you stop learning, right? And that's the way, let's say that's the way our minds work, right? Your terabyte got full. That's it. You no longer have any more fucking space, right? So let's say it stops there. That means if you get a new fucking job, you're not going to be able to learn the new skills that you need for that job.
Is it raining outside?
It maybe is raining outside, yes.
Oh shit!
And I know I should have bought a jacket. My wife told me to bring a jacket.
Oh fuck! How you doing on time?
Nah, I'm good, dude.
You're good.
Yeah, I told her we're gonna be done like at 8:30 or some shit, you know. So we're still good. We still got a whole hour. But what I do sometimes I just split them in two.
No, I don't. That's not Mind Buzz.
Like
Mind Buzz is straight
sit through it or not.
Sit through it or not. Edit or not.
But you know what? I started off talking about personal stuff, and I started talking about conspiracies. Now I'm talking about actual shit that's happening in the world. Because based on what you asked me, and you asked me like, yeah, man, like I don't think I'm better than people. I just know that I know a lot more shit than the average person. You know what I mean? And like I said, that sometimes could be a threat, you know, or and like you could just dismiss me like this motherfucker's stupid, or he doesn't know shit. He's fucking crazy because he believes that. But I think it's nature, human nature, to want to dismiss someone and say that, you know,
that doesn't believe in the same thing
what
you do.
Believe, right? Because you see them as a threat, and because if they know something that you don't know, then you're stupid. That's how your mind works. Not mine, but the average person. We're talking about the average person because you asked me about the average person, and sadly, you know, I think the average person is you know, they're like I'm of this world. I am because I exist in this world, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't indulge in a lot of things, and I don't practice certain things, and I don't subscribe to certain things that people subscribe to, you know, in the daily life. Like I live within my means, you know. Like I'll never own a fucking Gucci wallet or a fucking Louis Vuitton wallet. My wife's the same way. She'll never own that. That's not important to me. It's not important to me to own the fucking iPhone 14. That's not important to me. As long as my phone works, it's not important for me to buy the latest fucking LCD TV. All that stuff's not important to me. And I thank God for that, because if I was like that, then I would be in a worse situation, like everyone else is. A lot of people, for example, Instagram is like, it's most of that shit's fake, man. People only show when they're winning. They don't show when they're losing. Me, on the other hand, I'll fucking show you everything, dog. I'm fucking transparent. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I'm just in this world, and I've always been like that, man. Just to fucking keep it real, whether it's bad times, good times, and I think it's mainly for my kids too, man. So they know, like, hey, look, shit gets tough, but shit'll get better. It's always like that, man.
And it's always important to remember that a lot of this life is just temporary.
Yeah, it's temporary.
Whether it's good or bad, it's temporary.
For example, right now, perfect example. It's raining out there, right? And it's dark and it's cold and it's a fucked up weather, right? But tomorrow the sun's gonna come out, and it's gonna be a new day.
Right.
Just gotta look at it like that. Sometimes I'm saying this like it's easy, and I think that way sometimes, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do let life get in the way, and especially now with what I'm going through, it's a lot. But
it is a lot, dude. And how do you even how do you even life with all the stuff that, you know, is going on?
I think subconsciously it's for my kids, you know.
Mm-hmm. Is it? Yeah, man. Because I was, even today, man, I was just like, wholeheartedly, I was just thinking about, you know, just you in general, bro, before you got on here. And I was just like, man, dude, like he's got a lot going on, but he's still pushing. He's still pushing it. He's still giving some badass content.
Yeah. I think what it is too is like it's I'm not trying to lead by example, but a lot of it is like, I consider myself a very strong person, not only physically but mentally, you know. And so that's what I believe I am, And that's what I not want to show, but that's what I need to show. I need to show that on the outside too, not just on the inside, because mentally would be on your inside, right? But also on the outside, based on my actions and based on how I'm handling what life is throwing at me right now, you know. And but I know, you know, everything. What's either gonna get better or it's gonna come to an end, and you know, but the thing is too with me that helps me is like that I've never been afraid of death. Never in my life, you know. And I'm not saying this to sound crazy. Never, dude. And I'll tell you a story. I used to work at Craig and Auto Parts, and some dudes went in there, and I was a manager, and I had an assistant manager with me. We were both assistant managers. She was a key carrier, and I was working the counter. She was in the cashier, and she's like, "Hey, can you help me open the register?" I'm like, "What the fuck? She can open it. She has the fucking password." And I was like, "Hey, fool, get over here. This ain't no fucking game." That fool had a rifle, and the mother fool had a fucking handgun. Luckily, she didn't panic, man. But they opened the fucking the fucking register. I opened it. They took the feria and whatever. And once they got the feria, I looked at them and then looked away because I don't want them to think that I was looking at their face. I looked away, and they got the money, and they just stood there for a couple seconds. I thought they were gonna shoot us, so I turned sideways so they could shoot me on the side. You know what I mean? And I think that situation, during that situation, I realized that I'm not afraid of dying, and I'm not, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna go cross the street and get fucking run over, jump off a fucking building, do something stupid. But I'm saying when I'm faced with death, I'm gonna accept it because we're all gonna fucking die. Just like we're all fucking born, we're all gonna fucking die. And that's one thing that I think that's a message for people that if they realize that, then they'll live. Because if you are afraid to fucking die, you're not going to live your life because you're always, oh, but this is going to happen to me. Oh, this might, fuck no. It's like we're only here for a short fucking time, dude. I've been here 42 fucking years and it feels like 20. It fucking flew by. My son's 22. My daughter's going to be 18 years old next month. So happy birthday to my daughter, Cherry. And, you know, once you realize that, you know, we're just here for a little bit, you know what I mean? And just based on studies that I did, you know, after my dad passed away in last December, I just dove in there. And like the thing about me is that I dive into fucking things, into topics. When I'm into hobbies, I just dive in there and I fucking master it. And I think that's why I know so many different hobbies and fucking skills, is because I immerse myself in them, you know? And then thank God I'm able to absorb all this shit in this big ass fucking head. That's why it's big, so I can fit all this information, you know. And but yeah, dude, I came away from that situation, just not afraid. Like fuck it, you know. Like somebody can pull a gun on me, I don't give a fuck. All right, I'm not gonna be like fuck you, shoot me, dog. I'm like, all right, you want wallet? Here it is, dog.
Yeah, I'm
not gonna fucking die for it either, but I'm not gonna be like, oh please, like fuck it, dog. You're gonna fucking kill me, do it, dog.
Yeah, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it, regardless.
For example, I had to have surgery on my left groin because I had a lymph node that grew. I don't know what the fuck it was. I thought it was my hernia. Mm-hmm. My wife kept telling me, go to the hospital. Nah. One day I woke up, I was fucking shaking like crazy, and I had a fucking fever. And I got up and I took a shower, thinking that was gonna help. I came out, I'm still shaking. I told my wife, hey, I'm fucking shaking. This shit won't go away. She's like, you know what? It's your body telling you to go. I went to the hospital. Motherfucker cuts me open, removes the lymph node, and we need the lymph node because the lymph nodes are like, it's like a root system that sends white blood cells to different parts of your body. And white blood cells, what they do is they fight off infection. They help you, right? So he removed it. What he should have done a biopsy, got a little piece of it and see if it's cancerous. It turns out it wasn't cancerous, but that's what he thought, because usually when you have a lymph node become swollen, usually it's cancerous. Thank God it was not. But me not knowing this information, which I wish I knew, I should have been like, you know what? Don't remove it. Just do a biopsy. Because everything that you're made with, that God made you with, you need. It's all meant to be there. Right. For example, let me go before I talk about the gallbladder, but remind me about the gallbladder. But the reason, so when this is happening, God is my witness. I believe in God. I was never scared. Not because I'm tough. I have so much faith in God that I was not afraid. I'm not going to die. Nothing's going to happen. I'm going to come out of this. Like that, dude. And a lot of it is, you can since you guys are non-believers, you can attribute that to mental fortitude, right? So it could just be your mental fortitude telling you, because a lot of it has to do with that too. God made us with that free will. You can make your situation fucking bleak, or you can make it a fucking positive, and it just depends on what the fuck you do with your mind in order to change your circumstances. You might be in a fucking, you might think that nothing's gonna happen, there's no fucking way out of this, but your mind has the power. God, I think, and I also believe God gave us the power in order that we can cure ourselves. We can, all these fucking drugs and shit is just a fucking Band-Aid, dude. All these fucking drugs, like I found out that pain medication, it doesn't fucking take away the pain. It just blocks the pain sensors that are going to your brain. That's all it fucking does. It's not really curing you. But herbs that our ancestors would use, mainly your ancestors, 80%, they were actually able to cure themselves with these plants that God put here on this earth. Or whoever you think, the Big Bang just all of a sudden mysteriously put all these things here, but they're here, right? And we have the power to use them, and also your brain and manifesting things too, man. Like if you say, "Oh, I'm not gonna fucking make it, or I'm not gonna do that," you're already telling your mind, man. And
you're already.
I mentioned it last time about Bruce Lee. You know, like you defeat yourself automatically, dude, automatically, and that's like, this is knowledge that, man, I wish when I was fucking younger I knew. But it comes with age, man. But even though you give the youth this knowledge, it's going to come in here and come out the other way.
Why do you think that?
Headphones. The reason why is because you don't give a fuck. Because you don't have to give a fuck. Because when you're a fucking kid, what do? You wake up, you go to school, come home, play some video games, jack off, eat some fucking chips, whatever. And you don't worry about, you ask your parents if you can have something. Oh, we don't have money. But you don't know that your mom doesn't have money because she just fucking paid these bills and she has to put this money aside for you to buy food so you guys can fucking have something to eat. You don't have those worries. For example, like when I look at my pets, my animals, my cat, my dog, I see them and I'm so happy that even my kids too, you know, more importantly my kids, that I am able to these animals can just lay there and not worry about anything. That's beautiful, dude. I'm able to provide that for them. And ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a provider. I wanted to be a man. I wanted to have a family like I have right now. Ever since I was like fucking 5 years old, dude, I pictured myself like this. So I knew what I wanted, and I'm doing it right now. So as hard as life is, it's what I wanted. It's what I signed up for. I got louder because I yelled, but it's what I signed up for. So, you know what I mean? It's like I have no regrets. I wouldn't change anything in my life. Yeah, what it is like I consider myself a strong person, so I have to. Like, what am I going to do? Give up? Like, there's people that tell me, "Oh, dog, you work 2 jobs, you're going to burn out." What the fuck? And I think, what the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah, you're doing it out of necessity,
you think
right?
You think I want to work 2 fucking jobs?
Right, yeah, exactly. You're doing it because you have to.
Am I going to stop and fucking lose my fucking apartment and fucking my credit cards go out fucking crazy? And nah, dog, I got to do what the fuck I got. Oh, well, what if you get sick? Then I fucking get sick and I die, dog. Fuck it. That's what the fuck happened. Mm-hmm. But I kept going. I kept doing what the fuck I had to do. And that's what it is, I think, man. That you know, I got to keep doing it for my kids, you know. And God forbid if, you know, whatever happens. And even more so, I gotta do it for my kids, you know?
Yeah.
I even like, I mean, because I'm a realist and I also like to think ahead. So what I'm going to do is just fucking change my life around, dude. Like, work out and just so I can be there, you know?
Yeah.
Good thing I wear these fucking glasses. But
it's a safe space here.
Yeah,
man. So yeah, I told my wife too, you know, God forbid the worst, I'm gonna fucking just change my fucking life around, you know, and be there for my kids, be present, you know. I could do it, you know, I could do it now, but right now I gotta work. But I mean, I'm the kind of person, dude, that if I put my mind to something, I could do it. And
you seem like that type of person, man.
I believe it. And I tell my kids, you know, it's gonna sound fucking cliche, but you could do anything in this fucking world. Seriously, any fucking thing, anything. I mean, you can't go through this fucking wall, but you know,
within means,
right? I say you could fucking do anything, dude, and I truly fucking believe that. It's just up to you, dude. It's up, like I said, like I can still fucking go to school. I can Like my wife tells me, oh, well, why don't you do that now? Why don't you go to the gym now? I said, nah, because I got to work and I got to be here with you. Like, you know, but God forbid if when it does happen, because shit, I could die before her. You know what I mean? I'm going to but when that happens, I'm going to fucking change my life around, you know? Usually I'm able to say this, but I guess right now it's kind of different, you know? But I'm usually able to say what I'm telling you right now, where God forbid if she doesn't make it, then I'm going to change my life around. Like right now I'm saying it normal without fucking getting emotional. That's one thing too, like, that I teach my kids is that, it's okay for men to cry. Mm-hmm. I think, actually real men cry because, you are not afraid of what anybody's going to say. Like, what the fuck? I cry? Okay. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah, we get to, because that's how human we are. That's what humans feel. Humans feel, and we get to feel that. We're able to feel that. Like that's our that's what like we get to. Like that's we're in this life, right? We're in this life, and it's not all a bed of roses and rainbows, and it's not nice sometimes. It can be really tough, but we're able to experience that, whether it's good or bad. And I mean, even all the shit that like somebody gets thrown into or gets thrown at because of circumstances in their life, and they're not emotional, then there's something wrong. There's something completely wrong if you're just giving shit. You're growing up may have been shitty, and even growing up your life is not going the way you're able to, and sometimes it's just like fuck, like you just want to give up, right? You just want to stop. Yeah. But I mean, that's only normal, but you just keep on going because you can't. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to stop and just fucking give up?
Another Morrissey quote is, and this is like on a live concert. He just says like, because we must. You have to. To me, it's like, you got to do what you got to do, you know, because we must. And, so yeah, then what I was going to say too, like, it's okay for men to cry. And even though the people that cry and they have feelings, like I'm a real passionate person. And I would say emotional too, and I think that's actually people who are like that are actually very fucking dangerous. They can be very fucking dangerous because someone who, does not feel, does not have emotions, does not have a heart, something can happen to them where they should react and do something, right? Maybe protect, maybe just to do something back. Whereas a person who is passionate and emotional, they can kill a motherfucker. Like me, I know I can kill somebody. I can. And I'm not trying to sound crazy. I can. I know I have the power to do it. I mean, I kill animals for a living, whatever. But like rats and shit like that, pests. But I know that I can do it, man. Like if I had to, I'll do anything for my family, dude. I really would. And I know a lot of people, they might think that's crazy that you would kill somebody, but they're just not. They don't have the heart that I have, man. I'm a big man, and I also got a big fucking heart, and that makes me very fucking dangerous, you know. But the thing is, I'm able to control those feelings because I was thinking about that, dude, on Friday night when I was recording as I'm walking, you know. How like fuck, you know, like I only feel this because I have a fucking heart, because I care, you know. If I didn't, so then I wouldn't feel that, or I wouldn't really fucking care, you know. But so I thank God for that, man, that I have that heart, you know. And in this fucking life that I'm in, this only life that we have, I'm happy that I have that fucking heart, you know what I mean? But yeah, dude, like I know how I do it because I have to do it. I have to. There's no other option. What am I gonna do? Fucking not do anything? Stop. Yeah. Oh fuck! I don't want to work another job. Nah, fuck no. You got to do what the fuck you got to do. I was even thinking about getting a fucking third job and like work during the week when I get out of my other one. And my wife says, "No, don't do it." I said, "I got to do what the fuck I got to do." Well, you're gonna get sick. Fuck it. I got sick and I did it for my family and I died. Fuck it. It's, you know, fuck it. But, you know, and then also, you know, I'm speaking like this and it could be it could be anybody's fucking turn. I could drive home and fucking get killed right now. You don't know. I don't think about that, but you have to live life like that, knowing that that can happen. There's fucking so many accidents that happen a fucking day, you know, so many things that happen that, but people live in an imaginary fucking bubble. They think it's not going to happen to them. Just like, you know, when you hear the word cancer, like, you know, or when you hear the word miscarriage, like I used to hear the word miscarriage and I didn't think shit of it, you know, till we had one, and then you feel it, and you sympathize with those who speak about those things, you know, and especially cancer. Like before I would hear that word was nothing. I was like, that shit, fucking, I'm never gonna get that shit. No one's ever gonna get that shit. And then when it hits home, that's when you know, oh fuck, you know, like anybody can happen to anybody.
Do you think you have a different outlook on life, like just how precious and fragile everything can be because of like circumstances?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I've had a couple of events happen. Like I lost my dad, and then before that, like, you know, had some events too that kind of. But despite that, I don't think my life sucks. It's just what the fuck it is, you know.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Like, one thing I learned early on is like, I never worry about things that I can't change. I never worry. I truly have faith in God that God's gonna help me. But at the same time, I got to do my part too as well, right? Like I got to go work. I got to do all that, right? But I have faith in God, you know. So I think that helps me a lot, you know. So whether you believe in Him or not, it's like, in my case, look what it's doing for me. I know most men would fucking fold. They would not be able to handle this. I know for a fact. And I mean, a lot of things I'm saying, it might sound like I'm arrogant and shit, but it's just like, you know yourself. You've been in this fucking body all these fucking years, so you know yourself, and you know what you're capable of. You know what you're worth. A lot of people don't know what the fuck they're worth, but I know I'm not the average fucking person. Like, I'm not, dude. I'm not, man. I might seem like it, but I'm not, dude. I trip out, man. All these fucking things that I this knowledge that I have of this crazy shit, you might think it's crazy, but just the skills that I've learned throughout life, like how the fuck do I know all this? And I attribute it to God because like the reason why I learned how to tinker with things and fix things, like fix computers, fix refrigerators, fix my car, is because God knows that I don't have the money to pay somebody to do it. So God gives me the knowledge. And that's what I truly believe that it comes from, you know? I know people believe that it's a big bang and that's how we were fucking formed, but no, it's got to be deeper than that. How do you explain like how birds know where to go and shit, the instinct, or, you know, how, you know, like, let's say a baby calf is born, automatically they know to get the teat of their mom and start eating food. Like, how do they know these things? You know what I mean? And just how complex our bodies are and how everything works together, you know, like the gallbladder, my wife had stones there and it was really, really painful. And they recommended that she get it removed. Luckily we didn't do it, or I think we didn't have insurance, so we didn't get it done. So I did research like I always do. And she did too. And we did research, and we learned that all you got to do is drink olive oil, half a cup of olive oil and half a cup of like lemon or grapefruit juice. And what you do is you eat everything, and then from 6 o'clock you take that, and then you don't eat anything till the next day. You drink plenty of water. And the next day, you fucking get like, we went to a 99-cent store, and we got a strainer, those plastic ones that are really fine. They're made out of plastic.
Yeah.
You put that in the toilet, you take a shit, and then you get it, and then you rinse off the shit, and you see a bunch of little pea-sized little rocks. I did it too, to be support, you know, because men can get that shit too.
Yeah.
Especially overweight men get the stones, right? So the next day, she fucking passed them, and she was fine. So, I mean, like I said, a lot of these things, like, you can, there's a lot of remedies that you know, that's out there already, that you don't have to go to the fucking hospital and shit. Just like with this whole cancer thing, man, like, we're doing a lot of research, and I'm actually going to do an episode just speaking the knowledge that I learned about it, you know, and like the alternatives, the alternative things that you can do if you do practice them, you know. There's a lot of things that you could do. There's hopefully this doesn't get flagged because I'm fucking speaking some shit that they don't want you to know about, but there's a plant called soursop, which is really called guanabana in Mexico. and it looks almost like a jackfruit but smaller. And the juice helps you, but more importantly, the leaves. If you get the leaves, you get about 12, 15 of them, and you boil them in water, about maybe a quart of water, and then you drink the tea of that. That is 1,000 times more powerful than chemotherapy.
Really?
Yes. People, they don't want you to know that shit. If you look it up, they're gonna tell you that it's gonna kill you, that it's toxic, and that you shouldn't take it because it'll fuck you up. But guess what? Chemotherapy is poison, and that shit fucks you up even more. That shit even kills people.
Can you look that up? What is it called?
Sour sop leaves. Sour sop leaf tea. They're gonna tell you that it's fucking harmful and it's toxic and you shouldn't drink it. There's a reason why they're telling you that. Because they want to make $300,000 off of you. They don't want you to know the alternatives.
Benefits of drinking sour sop tea regularly: promote healthy digestion, prevent constipation, contain anti-carcinogenic.
Carcinogenic is cancer.
Properties, fight bodily inflammation, stabilize blood pressure.
Shit, I should drink that for my high blood pressure.
Help prevent heart disease, fight against many kinds of bacteria, help people sleep better. Whoa.
The only time that the fucking Google did not fucking fail me.
Right?
Yeah.
How often should you drink sour sop tea?
It's going to tell you not too often, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like anything in moderation.
Moderation, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. There's a bunch of other teas, too. There's a bunch of foods that you can eat that kill it.
Isn't it?
The only side effect that has, it makes you throw up. So you got to drink it at nighttime.
It gets you nauseous?
Yes. It's 1,000 times more potent than chemotherapy.
Oh, yeah, look.
How to treat cancer using sour sop leaves.
That's crazy that they're showing it, dude. So they're not supposed to show it.
It's a book on Amazon.
Wow.
No side effect remedy you can use to treat cancer.
Like I believe in like this, like the whole like herbal thing, and I think like it just dates back to when there was no medication.
Yeah.
But I remember my grandmother passed away from cancer 2 years ago, a week before the pandemic, and I remember going on Instagram, and this white like so-called influencer that, you know, oh, drink this and drink that and all this. And I remember one of her videos was like I believe it. I believe that your mind is very powerful, and I believe that your mind can help, you know, cure certain things.
Yeah.
But she was so adamant, like, no, you don't need anything. Like, just cure your own self. Cure yourself with your mind. Cure yourself with your mind. Like, and I think because I was going through it, that I was so angry that I was just like angry. Like, how fucking dare you say like that's all you need? Like, you know, and it's kind of like I feel like that's why some people don't take like the herbal stuff or anything like that, because they want to believe more in pharma than, you know, like the actual. But yeah.
What you said, there's a lot of truth to it. It's true, but everyone's mind is different. Yeah. So not everyone's gonna have the capacity to be able to tell or meditate or focus enough to where you get your body to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
What also helps is fasting. Just fasting and starving it. Like, you don't eat meat, don't eat sugar. No animals, nothing but plants and fruits, mainly
it's
fruits.
Like rebooting, right?
Yeah,
rebooting your body.
And I kind of get upset at my wife because I know she's not eating, she's getting really, really skinny. But I said, you know what? Let's hope that fucking by you getting skinny, you're starving it, because that's what happens. You starve it. Have you heard of Dr. Sebi? He got killed because he was able to cure cancer and AIDS. That's when I was talking about Nipsey Hussle was going to come out with his documentary and killed him.
I think we touched on it the last time, but we didn't pull up or anything.
Well, that gentleman, you know, he had the cure and they killed that fool. And I believe he was mentally ill, and with the diet that he took on, he discovered, which is a similar diet to the cancer one, he was able to cure himself from the mental illness that he had. Because he says that most of the diseases are in the gut, and they're caused by a lot of mucus. And a lot of foods that cause mucus are like sweets and meats. Acidic. They're highly acidic, and they cause phlegm. And that's what causes all these diseases to form and to attack your body. But if you eat like an alkaline diet, that helps it, you know, and drinking alkaline water and just depending on what foods you eat. So, I mean, for me, it's helping me because so far I've lost about 20 pounds. Like I lost 10 pounds like since it's been like 2 weeks, just I eat whatever I want during the week, kind of. I kind of watch it a little bit, but then at nighttime I eat what my wife eats, or sometimes I don't even eat. I'm not hungry, and I've been losing weight. I could feel it, so little by little I'm doing it too, because my doctor told me not to lose, because I was losing a gang of weight when I first went to the doctor, because I was on a mission to lose weight. I was like, my diet totally changed, and he's like, you know what, you got to kind of slow down because you're losing weight too fast, and you can have a stroke, because I've had blood pressure. So if I lose too much weight, like your body can't take it or whatever. Yeah. And I always tell my wife, hey, you know what? I should get that gastric bypass. I tell her fucking around. I know I'm not that fucking big, but I tell her just to fuck around, just to lose my
Dude,
stomach.
like right now, and you can go apply for that, and they're just giving that shit like fucking free.
Like candy?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it. I joked around too, trying to thinking that I should get it, but dude, they're giving it to anybody right now. Like a few years ago, you had to be like a certain weight, certain body type to get that. Now, like if you're considered like obese, which I mean, I'm considered probably obese because of my height.
I am because of the weight, because I'm supposed to weigh about 190. And I weigh 280 right now. So I'm like 90 pounds overweight. And so I told the doctor, hey, what do you think about, should I get it? He's like, no. It's like, dude, you're not, just fucking watch what you eat and exercise. You don't need that shit. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
That's what my wife tells me too. She's like, you don't need that shit. She's like, you have the power to fucking, she's like, if you do that shit, that's weak. It is. Because I'm not fucking super, like I can see my fucking feet. You know what I mean? I can tie my shoes. So I'm not that fucking fat, But if I was like that, then, and I keep trying all these diets and it doesn't work. But actually people who are that big, they actually lose weight a lot faster than somebody who isn't as big, because they have a lot of fat to lose. What happened with me this last time when I lost weight, I used to weigh 310, and my goal was to get down to 260, and I got down to 267. When I got to 267, I plateaued because I don't have much fat to lose anymore. Most of it's my fucking muscle mass and my bones. So I just plateaued there, and I stayed there. And then the pandemic hit, and I couldn't buy any fucking food because there was no food. And I said, fuck it. I blame it on the pandemic, and I gained weight back. But right now I'm at 280, so that's good, man. As long as I keep going down, lower and lower, little by little,
Yeah, I think that's that's what happened to me the last time that I started working out and eating better.
Yeah,
I plateaued, and I typically, for me, when I work out and I eat better and I'm on like this good regimen, I don't weigh myself. How I look at my result is I have a jean jacket that I want to fit in, that I used to fit in. And I wear that, and I try that on every Friday. And if it's getting closer and closer to it closing, then I'm on my way to reaching my goal.
That's good. I did something like that. We went to Ross. I shop at Ross. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I don't care about brands, but I went to Ross and I bought a shirt, and I didn't try it on. It was like a XL or something, or a 2X, but it was like a slim fit. And when I got home, it didn't feel like, what the fuck? It was like here, And then when I lost all that weight, I grabbed it and I put it on, and it fucking even fit big. I was able to like pull it like this, And that's how I knew that I lost weight. But like when I was losing weight, I was trying not to work out, because for me, it's like really easy to pack on muscle. So if I'm trying to lose weight and then I pack on muscle, I'm going to weigh more, because muscle weighs 3 times more than fat.
Right.
So right now I'm trying not to do any fucking trying to pack muscle on, because I want to lose weight first. And that way I know that I'm actually losing weight. But when you see yourself, when you come out of the shower, you start seeing like, okay, on my shoulders, I can see them more or whatever. You start getting more tone, and you get an idea, or your belt. So I knew that I had lost weight, but I just wanted to see. For me, I like seeing what number I'm at. That way I know, okay, fuck yeah, I'm here. It's motivation. Oh shit, I'm here. Oh fuck yeah. Or I weigh myself like a week later. Oh fuck, you gained 3 pounds. You gained 5 pounds. Now you're fucking up. Go back. So I like to. That's how I gauge whether I'm doing good or bad. Mm-hmm. That's how I do it. Because if I lose track of it, I'll fucking balloon up again.
So African Americans have David Goggins.
Yeah.
White people have Joe Rogan. Who do Latinos have?
Nobody.
Right? I think I should be that person.
Canelo.
Right? Canelo. But I'm thinking I want to be that person.
But use the steroids.
Well, I can use steroids.
But what's your story going to be? You're gonna join the Navy?
No, I'm just going to be a podcaster that got really built and looks fine as fuck. No, but I'm thinking like who do we have that's like that, right?
Yeah, no. Oh, no. Not even Mario Lopez. He's just an actor.
Right?
Takes care of himself. De La Hoya, no. I don't. No.
I thought De La Hoya is he's Mexican.
Yeah.
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 Is he really?
Real Mexican, like first generation, like me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm out of the loop. Maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong. Maybe there is somebody, but I just have no clue.
But I mean, at the same time, like that fool, like, well, he's probably like a bad example because he uses drugs and shit like that. You know, what I mean? Like cocaine and shit.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'll stop you from eating for a couple days.
He's had some like questionable behaviors, you know.
Pacquiao? Well, at least for me.
In a hotel with 2 white chicks.
What about Pacquiao?
Pacquiao, that fool uses a bunch of steroids. If you pay attention to his career, he was a real tiny guy, and after his head got all fucking big, because steroids makes your head get big.
Really?
My head's always been big, so I never. But my dad.
No steroids used in the making of this big head.
Yeah, and in '97 when I was lifting weights, I was pretty huge, and my dad asked my brother, "Hey, is Jose using steroids?" He's like, "Nah." He's fucking big. I'm like, "Nah, dude, I'm not using no fucking steroids. It's all huevo con weenies and potatoes." That's it.
That's your regimen?
Yeah, and I was getting big. That was before protein, and even if protein existed, my parents didn't have money to buy me that shit.
Yeah.
Even right now, I wouldn't take that shit. Like if I was to go back to the gym, I wouldn't lift to get big because I'm already big.
You know what's the old school protein? It's carne asada and frijoles. You know what that means, right?
Yeah. You should have said my name though, dude.
Jose. What's up, man? Hey.
Yeah, we were just fucking dragging her feet. Oh no, we kept it.
Thanks for coming on. 3 hours. This is probably the longest podcast in person that I've ever done in the history of Mind Buzz.
Yeah, if you want, edit out the part when I'm crying. I don't give a fuck if you play it, but
hey, that's up to you.
Nah, you can leave it on.
Leave it? Okay, we're leaving it. All right. Go ahead and tell us where we can find Ranting with Ramos.
Ranting with Ramos.
Can we get that on the screen, please?
All major podcast platforms. But what's even easier is if you Google me, just Google me. Google me, bitch. That's what I tell people fucking around. Google me, bitch. I actually come out.
Google him.
Google me, and not her, but Google me. But that's what excuse me. But that's what I tell people, you know, like fucking like Google me, bitch, you know, and I come up.
Hey, but I thought you didn't like Google.
Boom.
For that, yes.
Hero me, bitch.
Hero me, bitch. And then it comes up, dude. Like, what the fuck? And my pictures come up. Like, fuck yeah, dude. And you could pick wherever you want to listen to me. But if you want to hear more deep stuff, like what you heard when I started crying and shit, go on the Patreon. You really be helping me out because it's $5, $10. You get stickers, and you get 8 additional bonus episodes a month. So, you know what I mean?
And don't forget, scroll. Go back to Spotify. And don't forget to listen to Ranting with Ramos with yours truly on the Kickback and Gil from the Mind Buzz podcast. And I had you on
down there by yourself too. Look at that.
There you
Episode
go.
What is that? 105?
105
and 107.
There it is. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's all, man.
That's it. That's all she wrote.
The Mind Buzz.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Jose.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Damn, it didn't seem like 3 hours. It seemed like more.
Thanks for listening to the Mind Buzz podcast. Subscribe to the Mind Buzz YouTube channel and watch full podcast episodes. Keep up with the hosts, guests, and upcoming events by following the Mind Buzz on Instagram @the Mind Buzz. See you on the next one.